Yes, we are back live. It is Wednesday here at Patrick and the People, and we have got a full house today, man. We got, of course, Rich Rockwell here to my left. Amanda from the Break Room. She owns that place. If you hadn't been there, you ought to be. And our Nashville rock star, Luke Shoemaker, in the house, buddy. What's up?
What's up, y'all?
What's up? And then we're going to have Jodie B from Po' Boys on here in just a little bit as well. So it's going to be quite the show today.
Man, it's episode number 100.
Oh,
actually?
you did just show up on episode 100, Luke.
It is.
How about
Oh,
that?
hell yeah. Hell
Yeah,
That's
episode
awesome.
100,
That's
man.
what's
How
up.
about that? That's pretty cool, huh?
That's sick, yeah.
That is wild, man. I didn't even think about that this
Yeah,
morning.
man.
I should have. First thing I should have thought about.
That's why I dressed up a little bit.
Is it? That's what you?
I mean, I know that people have been wanting to see
No,
it. You know, this
you
is.
turned into some kind of fashion model all
I'm
of a sudden.
telling you, I don't
You're
know,
the
man.
sex symbol of the show. So I
It's
appreciate
already
that.
been 100, though. That's wild.
Yeah,
to
man.
think
Isn't it
about.
crazy, man?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy to me too. I'm shocked myself that we're here at 100.
that's wild.
I wasn't
Thought
sure
we'd
make
get
it
banned
past 10.
before that?
Yeah, I thought for sure we'd be shut down before that, man. What's been going on in Nashville, bro?
Man, been busy. So, last time I was here in the studio, we were getting ready for my first major label cut as a writer to go out.
That's
and,
right.
And so it's been crushing. It did like 15K streams in its first week.
Wow.
It got playlisted alongside like Metallica, Ghost, and Sleep Token. I was in the studio last week for my stuff with Vantage, and so Alex and I are really stoked about what we were cooking up last week in the studio with Evan and working on some other stuff in that realm too. But yeah, man, just staying busy.
Man, you are staying busy, man. It's so exciting. Listen, when a track like that you write on comes out and just smashes. I mean, how did that feel looking at the charts, bro? You had to be excited.
It's been pretty good, man. And it's always really vindicating especially when you see stuff like getting playlisted with like Metallica and Sleep Token and those dudes. And it's funny because me and Sleep Token's paths keep on crossing. So it'd be cool to wind up
Working
linking
with
up
them
will.
at some
You
point.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
And
that
so-
Ghost said they were about to drop their shtick, I think.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a
really?
long time. Funny enough, the one time I saw Ghost in concert was with Skillet. So you have like two opposite ends.
Yeah,
of the
right.
spectrum.
That is the opposite.
Yeah,
end of the
you know what I
spectrum.
mean. But
That's
no,
a funny
man.
pairing.
Yeah,
Why are they dropping it?
I don't know. Maybe they're bored with it.
No.
Maybe it's not doing what they want. Maybe it's
Laundry.
preventing them from getting more mainstream. I don't know.
yeah. I don't really know either. I don't really know anyone like in their camp or anything like that. So I haven't heard myself. But what's funny is literally the second day I lived in Nashville. When I first moved there, I moved into this 200 square foot apartment in the middle of downtown. So
Oh, a big place.
like literally just a bed and the toilet, and that was it. But I was 3
You
blocks.
can reach from the bed and flush.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. No, you just roll over real quick, But
I forgot to flush.
yeah. But when I was living there, literally my second day living in Nashville, Ghost played the amphitheater directly behind
Oh, wow.
my apartment. So I just walked out on the back porch and watched.
And
the
watched
show.
it. You can see everything from there.
What an
Oh, that's a
amazing
fringe benefit
place
of that 200
yeah,
square
no
feet.
shit. I'll take the 200 square feet for that.
Yeah, that's I like them fine. They kind of are a throwback band to me. They have a lot of 80s sound to them.
Yeah, they're pretty good, man. I was actually just talking with Chad about them last week because Chad was in town, and so we were hanging out. We went to go see this Thin Lizzy cover band that my buddy Philip plays for.
Tell them which Chad you're talking about, because they may think you're talking about Chad Sledge.
Oh yeah.
No, so my buddy Chad, he sings for a band called Mudvayne. And
Yeah,
so
did
he was in town, and we were hanging out.
Little
No,
Y'all probably don't know them.
no, I didn't even mean it like that. But
I don't know them.
no, I
Mudvayne.
didn't even mean it like that.
I know, buddy. I know.
Yeah, but no, he was in town, so we were watching a Thin Lizzy cover band. We wound up talking about Ghost for a second though, because they kind of have that '80s feel, like
Yeah.
But the show was cool though. My buddy Philip put on the show, and Philip, he's played guitar for Gene Simmons, Ace Frehley, John Corabi, all those dudes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Wow.
it was cool to see him do his thing. And anytime Chad comes to town, it's always cool.
Yeah, that's super dope, man. If you're hanging out having a good time like that.
His little
man.
buddy Chad.
Yeah, no, that's right. Little pal Chad.
This
Just
little,
hanging
little
out.
band called
He's got this little
Mudvayne.
garage band.
Yeah, he's got some. Yeah, I don't know.
You may
if
have
heard
it
of
on
them. They had a
mixtape
few
somewhere.
tracks,
I don't
back in
know.
the day.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you what though, the cool thing with Chad though is anytime you hang out with him, he's not
He's
too
just
cool to
Chad.
be a fan.
He's- yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
I like that.
Yeah. Like
No, I would imagine, knowing you, that's the kind of people you're going to associate with.
Yeah.
People who are down to earth and good humans.
Yeah.
And so that's why you guys keep circling in the same place.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, he's the goat.
No, it's awesome, man. let's knock out the news. We're going to do it pretty quickly today and get it done so that we can get back into more fun stuff. But I know that you guys want to know whatever's going on. So let's see what you need to know. Here are, according to Fandango, if you use such a source, the most anticipated films of the summer. Is anyone anticipating Jurassic World Rebirth?
Like 50-50. Like I'm hoping it'll be good because I'm a big movie nerd. Like I'm hoping it'll be cool. Like I love the ones that Chris Pratt did. You know what I'm saying?
I like all of them. The last one to me was a little longer than it should have been. I think
agree.
A little heavy on dialogue, not
Yeah.
enough dinosaur action.
I agree with that.
I need more dinosaur
I
action.
agree with that 100%. Like cheese and rice. Let's get through
Yeah,
this.
no, I
this sob story
appreciate you
real
have a
quick.
message to sell, but
Yeah.
can you just print something out for me and let me read alongside watching?
Yeah, no, straight up.
Yeah, just give me a
Do like
handout for the
extra
environmental
commentary.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the extra commentary like they used to do on DVDs.
Oh, right.
you know?
Yeah, the director commentary.
Yeah, do that. It's
What
a-
about
it's extra.
Fantastic Four First
Oh,
Step?
absolutely.
I'm really excited
I'm ready
about
for
that.
that one.
I'm interested to see, with Pedro Pascal in there,
Mm-hmm.
that jazzes it up a lot, so it might be good. The last couple versions weren't that great to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Well, luckily we got the MCU doing it this time.
Yeah, so
it's-
hopefully it'll be right.
Yeah, it'll be solid, man. I'm ready for it.
Speaking of that, any of y'all watched Craven the Hunter?
No.
Man,
No?
yeah,
Oh,
You watched it?
I went opening night, man, because like
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Spider-Man's my dude. So
Right.
like anything slightly even Spider-Man
Adjacent,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got to go to it, and man, like
It's all right.
rough. It was rough.
It was all right at best. I mean, I watched it a couple days ago, and it had some decent parts to it, I guess, but it was fairly lackluster for Marvel.
Yeah, like
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, man, it was rough, dude. That was just not. It was not.
What about, did you watch, since you watch everything Spider-Man adjacent, let me really hurt you. Did you watch Madam Web?
I did. I did. Well, let me put it to you this way.
Me too, man. Don't feel bad.
Let me put it to you this way. I watched the first 30 minutes of it
There
in
you go.
theaters.
Yeah.
And then I dipped, and I somehow still got food poisoning after sitting
Yeah,
in
right.
the theater for 30 minutes.
That's how bad the movie was.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
God.
worse than Craven by all.
Like, not only was it a shitty movie, but I had, like, Exorcist level vomiting, like, 3 hours later.
No, that's the minute that you'll never watch it.
Yeah.
What'd you have?
Just some popcorn.
Oh, that's why you sneak your own stuff.
All right,
into the
this one I
theater.
do want to see. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. It's the last one, and it looks dope as hell.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
I think he's probably
Well,
done.
maybe the last
He's like
one with
78.
Tom Cruise, but they'll bring something back.
Well, I'm
a
sure
few
at some
years.
point. I just saw that they're redoing the Mummy again.
Which
Again?
one? His or Brandon Fraser? Brandon Fraser.
Well, this it's a brand new character, a new guy playing him. There's
like-
no Tom Cruise and no Brendan
Brandon
Fraser.
Fraser. So it's like a whole new movie.
It's a whole new treatment of it, and I'm like, really? Didn't have this enough time in the past?
I know Tom just, like, inked some deal to, like, film some movie, like, in space. I don't know
Yeah,
what the deal
no,
is
he'll be
behind
the
it just
first
yet.
guy to do it.
Yeah,
like
like
that,
he's
yeah.
legit gonna go up.
Yeah.
Do his thing.
No, he's crazy like that. That's
Yeah.
that's why people love him. He's crazy. It's the new Superman movie. A lot of people, I guess, interested. Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts is gonna be awesome.
What's
Yeah,
that?
you think so?
It's another Marvel one, so it's basically kind of like all the anti-heroes of the MCU. if
It's
you
like
will.
the reverse
Yeah.
Avengers.
I like anti-heroes.
Reverse Avengers.
Those are fun.
From the world of John Wick, Ballerina.
That one's gonna be solid.
Yeah,
That's
that
gonna
looks
be so
really
solid.
good, man.
Oh my God, the trailer for that is.
Yeah, I was
And I'm like,
surprised to see Wick in there.
I know. I was like, is one of them gonna die? Like,
Well,
is one
I
of them
don't
gonna die?
know.
'Cause, like, how are you gonna have John Wick?
Well,
in
he
there
already
going after
no, he
her,
can't
but she's
die
a
there,
badass?
and he can't die in two places.
Oh wait, he died.
In the fourth one, he did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Well, pretty. I mean,
Spoiler alert.
yeah.
I watched the first one, and I'm still traumatized by it because the dog died.
Yeah.
That
And
was
I
the
know
whole
we had-
point of it. I
know,
think.
but we kept going. I mean, he should have gotten a hug at some point or some therapy.
Yeah,
I'm
no, you're
sorry.
right.
That's the whole
Replace
reason I
fucking
can't watch
dog.
I Am Legend.
Little doggy
Oh,
says.
Yeah. I can't
Little
do
doggy
it.
says Owen Wilson's gonna be the new Mission
That or
Impossible
Marley
guy.
to me.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson,
Could
yeah.
be.
My reels
Could
the other
be.
day. I
Can't
was
wait
like,
for Nick Cage's Superman.
I swear
All
to
right,
God.
28 years
love Nick
later.
Cage.
Hold on, 28 years later is
Yes.
That one's gonna be cool.
I actually want to see that, and I'm not big on zombie movies at all, but I'm interested to see how they do that.
Okay, interesting. How to Train Your Dragon,
That one. Ooh.
The live,
Lilo and Stitch.
no, but
Freelo and
Your
Stitch will be
Friday.
cool.
it's the live action.
How to
of-
Train Your Dragon.
Yeah,
I
and
don't.
they're-
How do you do a live dragon?
Well,
That's all I want to know.
I don't know.
Lilo.
Movie's
But
gonna
they
be
have
2
humans.
seconds long. Listen to me, dragon.
Humans and green screen.
I need to go back and watch the OG like 28 days later. I remember being like 5 or 6 years old when the rave first opened on Colonel Glenn.
Yeah.
And seeing the posters for 28 days and just
So
being like
young.
terrified. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's
So I never
wild,
did
man.
watch it.
It's so
Yeah.
funny what people when they're kids are scared of. My brother was, man, he would lose his shit if he saw Freddy Krueger. One time we went in a video store, there was a cardboard cutout of Freddy Krueger, and he went to the car and wouldn't come out.
No, I get it. I get to this day. I'm terrified of nuns.
Of nuns?
No,
Yeah.
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 Well, did
What-
you go to
what-
Catholic
what-
school?
what-
No,
well.
yeah.
No, just
I mean, I
bad
did,
sex.
so I get it.
Yeah.
The movie?
Amanda,
Yeah, I mean the movie's
bad
wild.
sex. That's the
Bad
problem.
sex?
Yeah, that's why he trips on nuns.
Wait, what? That's wild.
I'm sorry.
Oh
That's,
my.
that's wrong. That's inappropriate.
Oh my.
Let's see.
Well, the secular teachers can do it. Who says the nuns
Well,
can't?
that's right.
Praise word.
If you ordered Uber Eats while you were traveling, don't forget to reset your address. Boyson Linehan was in his new Melbourne, Australia home, ordered food, but forgot to check the delivery address, so it was delivered 9,600 miles away in Dublin, Ireland.
I've done that before.
Y'all have you?
Yeah, there was one time I delivered a pizza to San Diego when I was in Nashville.
Oh my God.
Is that right? You just drove a little too far. Like, it seems out of the way, but
We've
I'm
not-
going to do it.
We've not done that. My kid did some DoorDash and like accidentally sent it to his friend's house, but they lived maybe a mile from us.
Oh, so you just ran
So he
over.
just ran over there and got it and was calling her like, don't take my food, don't take my food.
We had one where they took a picture and we knew it was wrong, and I was like, "That's not our house." And sure enough, they had delivered it to the neighbors. The neighbors didn't think, "Oh, well, let's find out whose it is." They just
They
put
just-
it in.
Yeah, they're like, well, hell yeah.
I guess they were hoping
Free
they were
food.
going to eat it. Will Smith spoke to the AP about his 10-year Oscar ban after smacking on Chris Rock. He said, "I'm looking to be the best human I can be, and I'm going to take what I get with that." Is everybody back in on the Will Smith camp now, or are people still icky on it?
I was never off the Will Smith campaign.
Oh, you were down that he
Camp or whatever.
slapped him.
I don't care. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I blame Jada.
Yeah, everybody blames Jada.
But I mean, what do I know? Like, I'm not in their life.
No, did they think Will Smith was apparently absolutely puppeted by Jada?
I don't know.
I don't know. That look she gave him told me you need
yeah,
to do
you
something.
do something right.
Yeah, and
right.
then she tried to play that shit
Yeah,
off. I know
yeah.
better than
I
that.
think
Yeah.
the only person that cares about the Will Smith slap anymore is Will Smith.
Well, Chris Rock
Yeah.
got
I
paid.
don't think so.
Yeah.
Chris Rock got paid pretty good.
I mean, Will.
I mean, in
Smith-
his
Will
stand-up,
got
yeah.
completely
Oh,
out of
he
the
won
completely
money.
out of the light and like went off and was doing whatever. And he's only recently come back, even on social media,
Yeah.
having a presence, and that's all because of Doechii and like some,
What's Doechii?
redoing. She's a rapper, but there
She's
was
killing it right
I
now.
love her so
Yeah.
much, but she has
Not
a song
Doja Cat.
Anxiety. No, Doechii.
Doechii.
DOECHI.
I have a song called Anxiety. I don't like that. I want her to change it.
Send her a cease and desist.
I will. I just got a copyright mine. Let's see what else is going on. Trump signed an executive order yesterday aiming to overhaul the election process, just mandating proof of citizenship for voter registration. Requires ballots be received by election day. We'll see, how that goes. I'm sure, the lawyers will lawyer up, and what's going to happen. Texas measles grew to 327 cases. Whatever.
What are Texas measles?
Well, they're measles in Texas. How about
Oh,
that? Texas
okay.
measles
Okay.
outbreak.
I mean, because
Sorry,
other things
my
are
bad.
bigger in Texas, and
Yeah, no, Texas. That could be. That's great.
So they-
Texas measles, like this,
yeah,
the whole side of your face is one blister.
yeah.
It's like Texas measles is a new flavor of beaver nuggets at Buc-ee's. When
That's-
you go to
yeah, I
Texas,
like
you know what I'm
that.
saying?
You don't want the
Absolutely.
Texas measles, boy. Jasmine
your
Crockett, the apparently a rep out of Texas, is in some hot water. Apparently, she referred to Governor Greg Abbott as Governor Hot Wheels. He's in a wheelchair, so she says that's not what she meant, but it sounds like maybe that's what she meant. Let's see what else is going on here. Oh, here's a little bit of stuff. Hold on. Yeah. No, don't like that either. Okay, here's some good stuff. A man and 2 young kids were rescued with only minor injuries after their plane crashed on a frozen lake in Alaska. Spent the night in freezing conditions. They were spotted the next morning by another pilot who alerted authorities, and they sent out the Alaska National Guard to get them. So that's good that they got them. Flight Safety International employee won Warren Buffett's $1 million March Madness challenge.
Ooh.
He predicted 31 of 32 first-round games. Won $1 million from that. Man, just picking damn games. That's crazy. This is a wild story. This is you don't think you're in the future? A man in Japan who was completely paralyzed can now stand after receiving experimental stem cells
Hell yeah, stem cells.
as part of a study at the University of Tokyo. The procedure involved injecting millions of developing nerve cells into the spinal cord injury site. That followed medicine to prevent the body from rejecting the cells. Of the 4 study participants, 1 improved to the point he can move some muscles. The other can stand and is now relearning to walk.
That's
wild.
I mean,
Go
think about
stem
that for a minute.
cells.
Stem cells,
Go stem cells.
fully paralyzed, walking,
Oh my Lord.
standing up. That is insanity.
That's beautiful.
It is
I
really
love that.
awesome.
We
man.
should be throwing all our
Makes me want to go
research
break my
funds
back
into
just
that.
to try it.
I doubt that. You might have to quit smoking.
You know, people might yeah, you're right.
Just imagine that TikTok clip. You just see Patrick just swan diving off the front porch.
Yeah. All right, y'all got the technology, right? Right?
It's cool.
I can't move. Somebody, Chevelle has announced a summer tour with special
Yeah,
guests
buddy.
Asking Alexandria and Dead Poet Society. They're going to hit 38 cities, starts August 7th, just over at our neighbors in San Antonio. It'll wrap up in Washington. Pre-sales are underway right now.
I just ran into Danny from Asking the other day at a show.
yeah.
Man, they're killing it here
Yeah,
lately.
what
They
Danny
really
have
are.
to say, man?
Oh, he didn't. He was in the zone. He was taking pictures of Tim Montana.
I got you.
So yeah.
Who's Tim Montana?
Oh, he's like
Hannah
a
Montana's brother.
Oh,
honestly,
yeah.
though.
I forgot about
he-
Tim.
He's like a country rock dude. He's been killing it here lately, though. He went out with like Stained and Breaking Down.
Got a good
last year
name,
and all
Tim
that.
Montana.
Yeah, he's from Montana, so that's why he just
Yeah.
calls himself Tim.
It
Montana.
all rolls
Perfect.
together,
Well, I
Tim
would.
Montana.
Yeah, but that
Tim Montana.
that Chevelle tour is coming through this new spot in Nashville called the Pinnacle that just opened up.
Oh, yeah?
So sick, dude. Brand new.
Man, they're so
Just
good,
built.
man. I remember at Mudfest when I was working the stage there, and I talked to them right before they went on, and man, they swear to God, they were dressed and looked like 2 accountants.
No, straight up.
Nicest guys ever, but straight looked like accountants, man. They didn't
Yep.
look anything like rock. Now they
Polos
tore it
and
up.
Chinos.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
they
yeah.
had to. Yeah, it's exactly. They had button-down shirts,
Damn.
glasses, and they, I mean, they, it's very Poindexter.
I love
They put
that.
on one of the heaviest shows.
Hell
you'll
yeah,
see.
no, they tore it up.
I seen them 2 years ago with 3 Days Grace, and funny enough, that was the night that Adam popped back up on stage.
Real, I bet that was the first time.
Second time.
Oh yeah,
Second
yeah, I
time,
bet people
yeah.
went nuts.
Oh yeah, because what they did is when 3 Days went up on stage, like they dimmed the lights and Matt ran off and Adam ran on. And so they just
What? That's
pulled the
cool.
lights
That's
up
dope.
and
And
then
they
did
pull the
that
lights up,
way.
and it was
Yeah.
Adam, and everybody's like, "What?"
Yeah, and so.
That's wild, bro. I bet that was so exciting to see.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
And I'd been hearing even back then that Adam was about to rejoin, but like they hadn't come out and said it yet, but people that I knew that know their camp were like, yeah, dude, it's coming. And so like to see him be back in full force now with both
With
Matt
both
and
of 'em.
Adam,
Yeah,
and
they-
their voices sound so well together.
It's cool that they, I thought about it the other day, and I was like, man, it's really cool they kept them, but it's not like monetarily they're really broke or anything. I mean, so they can afford to have another vocalist.
Oh, straight up, yeah.
Yeah,
And like they're all family too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like Matt's Brad's brother. And Brad's
Oh,
the bass
okay.
player.
I didn't know that.
So,
I did
yeah.
not know that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
If you're an Incubus fan, you like waiting all year for Christmas, then being told you can't open your present until New Year's, Brandon Boyd said they finished the new album, but they're not going to release it yet. He said it was finished a couple months ago. All the songs are mixed and mastered. The artwork's in the works, so why not release it? He's hesitant to release it right now because of how easily music gets lost online these days. I don't know what does that
I don't
mean?
buy that.
I can kind of see where he's coming from.
Okay.
What
He's
is
a
he
smart
saying?
one.
So I mean, when there's just so much oversaturation.
Oh,
And
because
now
so
with-
much out there.
Yeah, so like before you go and just drop something, you really have to make the moment for it. You really have
You have to
like,
set the table before you serve dinner.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because like that song that you've heard that you think is going to be like the next one for
Yeah.
VR, I've had that on my phone for 2 years. Like it's just been sitting there.
You son of a bitch.
I know.
Do you know how long you deprived me of music?
I know.
Sick of
Like,
it.
What is that like to sit on that music that long?
oh, it tears you up.
Yeah.
It tears
know,
you
I-
up.
Does it give you
I-
ulcers?
Yeah, I mean, not quite.
Listen. This is sad too, man. This is just sad. I write a song I write the lyrics and put it through AI, and I can't wait 38 seconds to start going, listen to this, check this out. This guy's got it on his phone for 2 damn years, man. He's like, yeah, I get gold right here, just not cashing it.
It's one of those you really gotta like.
Foreplay.
It's one of those. It's all about timing when it comes to the music stuff, and like, we put out "Gone" last year. Alex and I did as kind of proof of concept, so people could know what was coming. And now, come May, June, it'll be time to strike.
It'll be time to do it all. Yeah, I'm so excited about that, man. It's gonna be really great. Here you go. A new study from OpenAI and the people over at MIT show that people who use ChatGPT a lot start to depend on it emotionally. They're called power users. They build a strong connection with the chatbot and feel at a loss or stressed when its responses change or becomes less helpful.
No.
Are you using ChatGPT?
Yes.
Anybody? You do?
Yes.
And that grok,
Well, I mess with Grok just a little bit, but I'm not really dating it.
No, I'm not. Well, I'm not dating ChatGPT either, but I've used it for social media posts
Right.
just to create a,
But you don't miss it when it's not there. You're not
I
longing
don't remember
for
the
it.
last time I used it. It may have been the past week.
You're an
I don't
abuser.
know. Well, I am
ChatGPT
emotionally
just sitting
unavailable.
there waiting for you.
I know. You can ask all
Hoping.
my exes. I'm very emotionally
unavailable.
Especially after 3 months. I'm like,
Yeah, it was all right
I'm
then. That's
good.
not now. You're
I'm
not
good.
doing it anymore.
nah.
All right. This is, just about every animal has been turned into some kind of violent horror machine in the books, TV,
I'm
movies.
loving these.
Never seen a demon sea lion. That ends today. California surfer R.J. Lemondola came face to face with a sea lion that appeared to be possessed. It repeatedly charged him on the board. Said the animal had its teeth bared, staged an unrelenting attack that landed him in the hospital after it bit his ass. Turns out he's not completely crazy. Wildlife authorities confirmed they've been dealing with animals affected by domoic acid toxicosis, a neurological condition that can be caused by the toxic algae blooms. So, yeah. Maybe
So is it like,
it's like
like
meth.
crocodile?
It's like, it's like sea lion meth.
Yeah. The old school crocodile where they read
Yeah,
people's
that's right.
faces in China
Yeah.
or some shit.
Oh, crocodile. I hadn't thought about that forever.
Just
Yeah.
pull up to SeaWorld and get some sea lion meth, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Just throw it in the tank real quick.
That'd be
Yeah.
great, man.
It's like the ivermectin. Like,
Ivermectin.
don't take the sea lion meth. Like,
No,
just take
no.
human meth.
Let's see.
Did you hear they just approved that for
Yeah, I
over-the-counter
did.
sale today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Governor Sanders did that. Yes.
I
Yeah.
was like, wasn't it just a couple of years ago? They were like, stay away from
Well,
it.
I mean, I
No,
went and looked it up, and they were like, well, you probably, definitely don't take anything that's for animals, and,
Yeah, well,
here's
that,
this and this.
there
and,
is an ivermectin for animals.
Yeah.
That's not the same one.
And they don't want, they made
If
sure.
you go to
it
the
all
vet
caps
to buy
and
your
bold.
medicine, you got a problem to begin with.
Hey, I know plenty of people that have done that.
Fair enough. Fair
You get
enough.
Tractor
fair enough.
Supply,
Yeah.
just over there getting the dewormer.
Get some dog value.
Yeah,
I can take.
gabapentin works on humans too.
That's great. That's great. No, it does. It actually does. A single bottle of bourbon just shattered the auction record. The bottle in question, a 2007 old Rip Van Winkle from the Van Winkle selection. One bottle created by blending together barrels that contain 15 to 20-year-old whiskey. Before the auction, Sotheby's said 30 to 50, but apparently a bidding war broke out. Final price, $125,000 for a bottle of whiskey. Better be good. Better be good. San Diego has passed a ban on digital-only coupons. I'm not sure what. Called the Grocery Pricing Transparency Ordinance. The policy seeks to give San Diegans the same access to grocery store coupons. So with this law, oh Jesus Christ, are you serious?
San Diego.
Because somebody doesn't have a computer, they can't print the coupon off, or don't have a phone, they can't get it. So they're like, no, we're banning those. You can only get them printed out.
So I don't think a ban, like an all-out ban, is necessary, but I know that it is frustrating AF to be standing in Kroger and they're like, it's a digital coupon, you got to pull it up on the app for it to work
Yeah.
and clip it on there. And that's some hoe shit sometimes. Like, I don't want to do
Man.
that. But a ban.
Man, listen here. As much as we do on our phones, I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. It don't take 12 seconds to pull that thing up. I have to do it all the time at the
Kroger app.
dispensary. I don't have my card here. Look on my phone.
Okay, that app works a hell of a lot better than the Kroger app. I'm sorry. Kroger's like, you got to get the premiums.
See, I still just use the Kroger card. I've got.
You got the
check,
Kroger
yeah.
card for your gas
Yeah,
discount.
I love that.
Yeah, no,
it's
that's
awesome.
good times
That's
right
awesome.
there.
Horse muscle cream? What, Brandon?
What now?
I don't know.
The first weekend of March Madness had its share of critics. I've enjoyed it a lot, but a lot of people may have called it out, but the numbers from CBS Sports and TNT show a 6% increase in viewership. Primetime games, led by Arkansas and Kansas, ended up being the most watched first round in tournament history. Combined viewership for the first 4 games in Thursday's first round matchups about 10% up. So that's pretty amazing. The second round games had an average of 9.4 million viewers for most of the tournament. So that's pretty good. For normal guys, missing work because of a fingernail wouldn't get them laughed out of the office, but if you're a major league ball player, it could be debilitating. Philadelphia Phillies reliever Matt Strom, working through that injury, suffered a middle fingernail irritation when he was packing his daughter's toys in a box and jammed the cardboard between his nail and finger. So that's it. He's still on pace to make the opening day roster. God love him.
Naps.
Are you serious right now? You guys are something else here. All right, that's
No, that's just like, have you,
Is that
you've never
painful to
got
you?
something, shoved in between your nails and.
sure. Sure, no, it doesn't feel good.
But you're a man.
That's right. I wouldn't tell you if I did. No, I would. I'd
Wouldn't.
scream like a girl. I've done it many times, so it is not foreign to me. All right, let me make mention here. It's a good place to tell you about Fitz Auto. If you haven't gone there yet and you're looking for a vehicle, boy, you're missing out. Matter of fact, go ahead and go to all the ones you want to first, then go to Fitz, because you're going to get a better value there. Late model, they're low miles, and the prices are very good. And your credit, if you've got some problems with it, they're going to work around it. They're their own bank. They don't need to ask anybody about it. They just finance it right there. But they do report it to the credit bureau, so that helps you get reestablished. 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock, or online at fitzauto.com. This is super interesting in Florida. They've put some legislation out that they're trying to get passed. They advanced a bill that would loosen child labor laws, allowing kids as young as 14 to work overnight shifts. If the new law is passed, teens could work overnight jobs on school days. They're currently prevented from working earlier than 6:30 a.m. or later than 11 p.m.
Make that make sense.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with it myself, to be honest. Now, I do know at 14, work permits, you could do work, and that's
Absolutely.
fine. But
Overnight on a weeknight?
Overnight on a weeknight? No, you couldn't do that.
Yeah, no.
Why would a parent even?
I see a lot of
Never
kids going to
mind.
school. I couldn't get my homework done. I had to work.
What did you
yesterday.
say? Why would a parent?
Yeah, and then I said never mind
Thank you.
because
I appreciate
I'm well
that.
aware
Yeah,
of
it's
DHS.
just start with
and
why would a
everything.
parent,
Yeah, I
you
know.
know?
I just stopped.
Yeah.
That's why I said never
Add
mind.
anything behind that. you
Yeah, I mean it.
want. What do you think? Kids working at 14 overnight on school nights?
Yeah, no. Like I said, I can see a lot of kids going to school the next day. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't get my homework done. I
Sorry, man. I
had
busted.
to work a shift
I
yesterday.
worked a double, bitch.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
I hate any situation where a kid would have to do that. Where they are the primary,
Well,
where they have to
look,
be the primary breadwinner in the family. They're the one that has to be the adult like that.
And maybe he's a hustler. Maybe it's a kid that.
If they're a hustler, they ain't working an
Oh.
overnight shift. It's documented. Like, there's no W-2 on that one, or W-9. Like there's
The pimp game doesn't have tax.
No, bro. I mean, there's tax, but it ain't to the government.
Not to the
Like,
government.
No,
It's just-
state or federal.
That's the key one. That's
Yeah.
the key one. The
Yeah.
key one tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to pay the house.
Yeah, no, I understand. What do you think? Kids working that young? Good? No?
No, I mean, not to sound hallmarky about it, but you gotta do stuff to let a kid be a kid. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you only get that for so many years, so you got to be sure that,
I don't have an issue with the kids working that young, but
Yeah,
working
issue
overnight.
working
I mean,
overnight.
I was working when I was 14.
Yeah.
But, that's part of being a teenager.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, anything that you do like just out of excess is just not good. And I feel like that's just some kid just throwing his childhood away. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like let him have like a little teenage job for like, getting the feel for
He's
it. but,
trying
like,
to buy condoms, man.
Just steal them like the rest of us did.
Oh, is that what you did? I didn't know that. I was always the one embarrassed when I
Or
went
you
up
could-
to the counter. Here you go.
Well, you could
About
probably
8
go
other
to-
items just to buy the condoms.
Yeah, right. You could probably go to like Planned Parenthood or something like that and just get them for free, or go to
I don't know
Why were you embarrassed, man? I was proud to go up there. I'm like, hey, you know what I'm doing tonight.
I don't know why. I think because, it's just one of those things.
I mean, hey.
I don't know this older woman.
Sorry if your life
45.
sucks. I'm gonna go get laid.
Yeah, no, I wish I was more optimistic when I bought them, I think, than actually buying them for the moment. I was more optimism
Yours
on my
was
part.
a wish buy.
Some of mine
I
might
should
have,
have these just in case.
yeah, They may have dried out. I may have had to get another box.
Oh,
How about
my.
that? Well, I mean, 14, 15, I mean,
Speaking of drying out, no.
no, hey, no, we
There's
don't.
I don't know why that
7:01
soundbite
a.m.
always gets me, but that one always
That was the one that
does.
gets you. That's funny, man. Yeah. It's because it's so stupid it never works on time. It's after the fact. It's like we just let you know what we told you,
Brandon, were you slinging candy? Is that what they call it?
So what's going on with the people, man? Are they?
Oh man, they're lively this
tell
morning.
us-
They are. That's why I've been quiet over
All
here.
right,
I've been
well,
keeping up with it
well,
all.
tell us some of the things they're saying, man.
Oh,
Let's-
geez.
Let's go through them.
Let's start at the top now.
Start at the top.
Good morning, Latasha. Good
What's
morning,
up,
Brandon,
Latasha?
little doggy. Wendy says she's in Kansas. She also says, "Suck it up, Buttercup," to the baseball
She
player.
said she's emotionally unavailable after 3 months. Also,
No, she was saying that. Yeah, she
Maybe,
was. She was.
Yeah, Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy was saying that, and then she said that I don't even make it to 3 months before I'm
No, that's right.
emotionally unavailable.
30 days and
get out of the truck. Get out. But
Right,
I don't have my pants on.
Get
Hold
out of the
on.
Buick.
Wendy's not even 3 hours in. She's like, out.
Right.
Out.
No, too much emotion right there.
Brandon says that he's government.
He's
hot
government
boys.
hot sauce.
Okay.
Little doggy was saying he had 33 simultaneous paper cuts on the web of his hands, and I about just.
Oh my God! Yeah,
crapped
no,
myself for that.
yeah,
That
that's
just hurt.
I'm gonna go get it wrapped in a cast
Oh
or
my
plaster
God.
or something. Yeah,
That-
that's too many.
That was probably one of the worst Jackass episode things. Is where for me of Johnny Knoxville sitting there. Was it Johnny or was it Steve-O? One of them just getting paper cuts on the webs of their fingers.
Oh
side
no!
of
Oh
the
no!
mouth. I was like-
No! Oh hell no!
Have y'all watched the Jackass movies?
Oh yeah.
Funniest things ever.
Of course
The
I
third
have.
one I think's my favorite.
Thank you.
Is that the one where they
Yeah,
like
the
blew
third
up
one's
everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like all of them except there's always one
Dumbass.
prank in it that I'm like, boop.
Yep.
You know what it was in the
Balls.
third one? The sweatsuit.
Yeah, the sweatsuit. That's the worst of all.
Sweatsuit.
That is the worst.
Hands
one of all.
down. Hands
They're literally showing the sweat go down his ass crack.
Preston Lacey doing the sweatsuit and Steve-O drinking it.
No, that's a
It's
no
so
go.
gross.
That's
It
You know
is
what's
so
fun?
bad.
Steve-O literally lives like 10 minutes from me.
Oh yeah.
I haven't got to meet him yet, but I want to so bad.
Take some whippets over there.
Hey,
What?
he's sober.
Okay,
Maybe it's
today.
for his friends. I mean, you never know.
Hey,
I'm trying to break the
No
ice here,
whippets.
Amanda. I'm sorry.
no whippets.
No, that documentary was insane. When they all went.
Oh, Jackass 4?
When they the intervention. Yeah. No, the intervention on Steve-O.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I'll have to
Oh,
see
I
that.
haven't heard about that.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't
man,
see
no, that was a few years ago. There's a documentary about it. It is the
Isn't there one on
saddest,
Brandon Novak as well?
probably
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brandon's-
I had him in the studio on the edge, and such a nice
Really?
guy, man, but
Bam's
so
doing better.
troubled.
So
too.
true. I know. Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, Bam's doing better.
Is he?
I've,
Yeah.
That's
Is
what I.
he
That's
though?
the one I always
him
heard
on
about.
Instagram because I want to know because I mean that was just a big part of everything. And after Ryan died, bless it, like freaking bless it, poor Bam.
No, he lost it, and
everything.
he has really been down a bad road. But
Yeah.
I watched an interview, another one with Johnny Knoxville recently.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was talking about how they completely flip-flopped because he said, when I started, I was drugged out, you know, and over time, you know, it got worse and worse and worse until, you know, I got bit, and now I'm completely sober, and he's completely off the wagon.
Yeah.
You know, and so I've always liked Bam.
Absolutely.
I mean, when he's sober, he's such a good dude.
No, 100%.
You know, when he's not sober, he's like Scott Stapp was. He's insane riding a bicycle around, you know, with a crack pipe in his pocket. You know?
Scott Stapp.
Scott's back and doing great.
I know.
You know? He's also returned.
He's kind of funny. His new song doesn't sound like him at all.
No?
Which
No,
one?
to me, I don't know. Whatever the newest one is that they're playing
Isn't he getting back with Creed?
whatchamacallit,
Aren't they getting ready to
maybe.
do
Oh,
something?
yeah.
But there was something that came on. I don't know. I don't think it
Was
was.
it Higher Power?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe because it wasn't on Octane, but it was on the other one.
Oh, Liquid Metal?
I think so. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
They all. I have them all just kind of lined up.
Yeah.
Or Turbo.
Turbo, that's what it was.
Turbo. That's
Turbo.
what I was thinking of.
Okay.
So, anyways, yeah, it just didn't sound like him. I was like, did he get clipped?
All right. We'll be back in just a second. We're going to do a little commercial here. Have you been injured? You need an attorney with a passion for people and an obsession with justice. That attorney is Tim Reed in Little Rock. Look, they've won $1.3 million in wrongful death, almost $1 million in medical malpractice and in insurance dispute. These guys know what they're doing, but more importantly, he's not a figurehead of some kind. He's not just some person on a poster with a picture of a rig or a smile or his dog with him. This is a real guy you can text with, you can talk to, and who will take good care of you. He'll work with you personally to get what you deserve. Check out reedfirm.com, reedfirm.com, or give him a call, 777-7333. You know what, as a real estate agent, I've seen lots of homes get caught up in probate. That's when somebody dies and they don't have a will. And the next thing you know, siblings are arguing over houses, possessions, cars, things like that. That is a nightmare you don't want any part of. You're going to need some help. You need someone with experience. You need Riggin Law. Okay, RigginLaw.com. Kristen Riggin there and her team are amazing at guiding you through this process. Look, you want to get what's coming to you, but you don't want to have to fight with everybody to get it. Just get Kristen to do the work for you. Go to RigginLaw.com. When you have questions, you have concerns about an inheritance, about anything like that, RigginLaw.com is the solution. Check them out.
My fit's at the top of my game. Silk shirt under Armani, just throwing out a name. Sipping on that Bacardi, we calling that the pregame. Gonna be swarming with Barbies, trying to get me out my A-frame. This that type of soiree, everybody wants the invite. We heading down Broadway, yeah, we kicking till daylight. We serving up beats gourmet, this that legendary funk. Party about to get so cray, the sun gonna come up drunk. Maybe about an hour later, we sliding in the Esco. Fully decked for the haters, keys to the valet, you know. They handing out party favors. It's summer but they still got snow. This that type of soiree, everybody wants the invite. We heading down Broadway, yeah, we kicking till daylight. We serving up beats gourmet, this that legendary funk. Party about to get so cray, the sun gonna come up drunk. Back it up, okay. Line of people waiting outside. Can't get past the doorman, brushed off just like fluoride. Because I brought my funk band, house hopping with movie stars. But it's us everybody wanna meet, they're more famous, yeah, by far. But we're serving up these funky beats, serving up funky, serving up funky, serving up funky, serving up beats so fat they need Ozempic. This that type of soiree, everybody wants the invite. We heading down Broadway, yeah, we kicking till
All right, we are back. We are back, and now we're joined by Jodie B of the Po' Boys podcast. What's going on, buddy? How are you today, man?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Man, doing awesome, man. It's a great day, great Wednesday here, man. What's been going on with your podcast, buddy?
Oh, absolutely nothing, Patrick. Since I had you on, you're the last episode I put up, and I'm going to leave it there for a while.
No, that's great. It's nostalgic now. That's what it is.
But it's a beautiful day. I went to Top Golf yesterday for the first time.
Oh, did you? That's a fun place to go, man.
You know what I found out?
Well, you're not good at it?
Golf.
I suck incredibly worse at hitting golf balls when people are watching.
I suck, period.
I suck too, and that's on the course. I can usually hit 1 out of 4 at least.
Yeah.
Knock it right down the middle. But when my kids and wife are watching, I just bink them all off the edge of the curtain. And
No, I understand that. Yeah, no, it's humiliating. I get that. Well, listen, this is interesting. Do you wish a favorite product from your childhood would make a comeback? According to a new survey, a lot of us do, as 2/3 of Americans want their favorite retired products to be revived.
Such as?
Well, let's talk about that. Hold on, what am I hearing?
I don't know. Something's playing.
Hold on a second.
Is it old music?
Because we got a little thing right there.
Can everybody hear me? What is going on? Hold on one second.
I hear you.
Let me see what's happening here. Hold on one second. Y'all just be patient with me while I investigate.
It's mood music.
Okay, yeah, I think there was something playing in the background. We got rid of it now. It's done. All right, let's try again here. But
I know. I thought we got some music.
yeah, I was like, what is this coming in here? So
Elevator.
a poll of 2,000 adults finds that more than half of retired products are more valuable to these folks than anything brands can currently offer. The average person would pay a third more for a product they loved as a kid to be brought back.
I believe that though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a big you're gonna laugh at me, but I'm a big nerd when it comes to the Star Wars and Marvel and Lego stuff. and all
Okay.
that. So I'm that dude who's going into pawn shops and thrift shops and all that. And
You're
looking
trying
at
to find the
stuff
old
still in
stuff.
box. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's several different lines of Legos or lines of Star Wars toys. There's actually a shop in Nashville called McKay's. And it's just this huge, center. It's Hastings on steroids.
Okay.
And so
okay.
it's toys, it's vinyl records, it's movies, it's vintage electronics, all sorts of stuff. And the first, I had never heard of McKay's until I just stumbled across it one day when I was doing it right. And when I tell you I spent several $100s that I wasn't planning the first day that I walked in there, I go hard in the paint on that stuff. So any of
Jason Voorhees bobbleheads.
Bro.
well, no, I found a misprinted Palpatine still in the
Oh,
box
wow,
from the
that's
Revenge
pretty
of the
good.
Sith era.
That is great.
Yeah, but the big thing for me is Legos, and funny enough, there's a Lego set from the first Spider-Man movie that almost came out but never did. But I was hanging out with Josie Scott last October, and he did Hero with Chad Kroger, and I was like, hey man, since you did that song, you think you still got some pull with Sony where I can get that Lego set? I was trying to use my music stuff.
You're trying to use the best connection you got to Sony to get a leg. That is amazing. Now that does say a lot.
I mean, that speaks volumes to your character.
it really does. So 71%
Can I get that Lego set?
would likely shop from brands they associate with. So old school product respondents think deserve a revival include classic Atari, Sega, and Nintendo. But can't you get those already?
Can't you?
Yeah.
I mean, you can get them resale. I mean, Nintendo still has the Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Switch has all those games.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought so. I mean, I guess you could just have it to have. Now the Atari, you'd probably have to. I'm sure
You
they
could go to
probably all
Vortex.
still work. Actually,
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
they almost never break. You can find one from one of the
Serial.
first ones. They'll still play.
I still play my PlayStation 1 all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
What games are you playing on it? Castlevania.
No, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That was my game as a kid.
Okay.
The Jim Carrey one specifically. And
Yeah.
then the
Is
Star
he in the
Wars-
game? Is his voice? in
Yeah,
it?
no, he totally is. Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah,
sick.
and then the Star Wars video games that came out for PS1. But my main
Now, what were those games? Are those the ones?
so they did the one that was for Phantom Menace, and then they did another one that runs alongside. Oh, it's called Jedi Power Battles. That's the
Okay.
name of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Power
okay.
ballads?
Yeah,
All right.
battle.
Oh.
All right. What about people want Crystal Pepsi back? They brought that back for a
No.
minute.
No, they don't.
Banana Nesquik.
No.
I never even knew they made banana
Nobody
Nesquik.
wants that.
How much is your
Blackberry
Rica pizza?
phones. The BlackBerry phone. Anybody
BlackBerry
missing that?
phone would be
My wife would be all over BlackBerry phones.
Really?
She was a crackberry when I met her, dude.
Really?
Yeah, all of that stuff. It was a whole culture of folks.
Okay. I mean, I had a
I
BlackBerry,
did
but
too.
you
Those
know
buttons
what
were
I
so
had?
small.
I had a Palm Pilot, and man, I thought I was the coolest mug in the world because you'd push it. Really, it was more video than it was even, but it was a lady said, "This is Palm TV," and and you'd be like, "Yeah, I got a damn. You see my phone?"
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was somebody,
You know what I miss is Blockbuster.
That's
Oh, the
what's
video
up.
store.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you miss going there, walking around for about an hour,
No, straight up.
trying to find
Fighting
something.
some 12-year-old
You know,
over the lab.
Going up to the front counter, and going,
Yeah,
"Hey, did
they gotta
anybody
look
bring
through.
back
Yep.
Batman?"
Yeah. So I've got this whole concept for something that's basically like Blockbuster that I want to do. My buddy Dan Decker wants to help me on this too. If you're listening, Dan, what's up, buddy? But
What
we've
up,
got
Dan Decker?
Yeah.
We about Dan Decker here, baby.
Yeah, we've got this concept for basically like the ultimate nerd hub. What we want to do is like,
The Nerd Hub. That's
Yeah.
such a great name.
yeah, and like it's basically a movie theater, a game exchange, a restaurant, and a Blockbuster all in one.
All in one.
Yeah, we want to be able to have it like.
So
all
what
in
is
one.
Blockbuster going to rent? Videos?
Yeah, like video, like
Who the hell's going to rent a video, bro?
nerds like me.
Okay,
Like
fair
it's,
enough.
it's one of those. It's like a very niche. Like
I guess if you got all the right videos, you know.
yeah, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
No, you definitely want to get Electric Boogaloo too.
Like that's
Break into Electric Boogaloo, whatever
you
it
gotta
is.
have all the like really bad C&D horror movies. You
Oh,
know? Like,
right.
you gotta have those in there, like Prom Queen 6 and
Oh, yeah, no, those are great.
whatever they are.
Yeah,
They
no.
did.
All right.
Kind of on his side though. Like at this point, I feel like as kids and even young adults going to the Blockbuster and them not having your movie was kind of part of growing up too.
yeah, it's part of the experience.
Disappointment
Where you
early in
learn.
life.
Yeah, it was a way to
where
learn to
you learn,
micromanage
yeah.
disappointment, I guess.
Yeah.
because you were almost always disappointed.
I guess I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch Mrs. Doubtfire again.
Yeah, the new movie was never in. You'd have to
Never.
find something else.
Never.
There was something about that experience back in the day of like
Absolutely.
walking.
Yeah,
in the store.
no, it was dope.
And like trying to get to the videos you wanted, but like not run and knock over old ladies. Like you were
Yeah.
trying to like.
Oh
be
no, I'd
kinda
knock
chill.
him down.
Clothesline, dude.
All
Well,
right. Yep.
I was a girl, so.
Like for me, it was the Blockbuster on Rodney Parham as a kid.
Yes.
that was the one.
Yes.
That one and the one over there by like El Portone.
See, I was hitting up Hickson's Movie World.
Oh, there you
So,
go.
Yeah.
I worked at Family Video.
how was
down,
that?
Like in Hillcrest or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Boston.
Not
or
REO
was it?
Video.
No, I never was cool enough to work at REO, but I spent a lot of time there.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, star 6'9", y'all, or 6'9" pound, whatever it was, pound 6'9" pound,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but Family Video was tits. It was a lot of fun.
All right.
It was my cover job.
Yeah. Oh, that was the cover.
It was my
Yeah, I
cover
got you.
job.
iPods. Somebody wants you to bring back iPods.
I still use my iPod Classic.
I have an OG iPod Classic that's got 10,000 songs on it.
Yeah.
Not a joke.
Does it still work?
Hell yeah. It's got the dial on it, that you,
Oh my
I feel like
lord.
if you plug that in, it's gonna explode.
No, man, it'll play just like it did. Yeah, no, I pull it out probably every couple of years and try it and go, yep, still works.
I'll tell you what, in that vein, that I want in 2011, back when Droid was like the first big like Android thing.
Yeah.
They partnered up with Lucasfilm and did a Droid R2D2 release.
Oh, yeah, like a Droid phone R2D2?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's like literally looks like R2, has Star Wars software built in, like all sorts of stuff.
Oh, that's wild, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Does it project a hologram of Princess Leia?
Yeah, that would be cool if it did that. That's probably coming on
Just say
software
it does.
update. Yeah.
It does.
That's
That's the new one.
iOS 40.
Yeah, Windows
Jolt
11.
and Surge Soda.
Absolutely not.
I'll take Surge.
Surge? Oh, everybody's saying Surge.
Oh, it was
Surge.
good with vodka.
I was never a soda guy.
No, me either. No, I can't even believe my mom's alive, to be honest with you. She drank exclusively Coca-Cola for my entire life as a kid. And that's the only, I never saw her drink anything but Coca-Cola. And listen, if she ran out, it was like crack. I was going to Safeway, no matter what time of day it was, no matter what's going on outside. You get on your bike, you take this money, and you go bring me a 3-liter of Coke. And she was never fat either, which is insane. Yeah, bubblegum jeans, I don't even know what those are. Is that anybody? Me
Sounds
either.
illegal.
It does sound illegal, doesn't it?
Good.
More than
Sounds
half
like a
would
Sabrina
also.
Carpenter song or some
Yeah,
shit.
right. It does, doesn't it? More than half would also buy secondhand products from their favorite classic brands. We talked about that. They're most likely to be loyal to grocery and food brands, then clothing, footwear, phone, and electronics. Is there a product in particular that you wish, if you could just snap your fingers, it'd be here right now, Amanda?
The only thing I can think of off the top of my head is Mr. Bubbles, because I was really hoping something would spark a memory in the stuff that you're reading, but
no.
none of that stuff. I was like, no, I could literally go on with the rest of my life and be okay whether that showed up or not. But I miss Mr. Bubbles. There's something about that
Right.
smell.
Yeah, no, I get
don't know,
that.
but that's literally the only thing I can think
How
of.
about you, Jody?
Bring back cheap Taco Bell, please.
Oh, cheap Taco Bell, yeah.
79-cent tacos. Oh my God.
Bring back cheap gas and cigarettes.
Well, Taco
too.
Bell
No,
went,
it was with
but
expensive
Taco
cigarettes.
Bell went from, they started out, they were the cheap option.
Yeah.
They were among
Yeah.
the least expensive, and you
Yeah.
understood why. They had 7 ingredients. They remade 400 ways. And truly, no matter what you order, it's the same ingredients, just how they're put together.
Yeah.
But now it's one of the most expensive places. We
It's
went
still
through.
pretty cheap, but
Well,
You know what else
well, maybe they have some cheap
That's
things.
for
Yeah.
sure.
The potato taco is still
absolutely.
I want those back.
That's a cheap one. For me, here it is. This is the one. Prizes and cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
I miss prizes and cereal,
Did
man.
you eat the cereal first, or did you just dig?
Hell
You
no.
always dig the
No, my
toy
mom
out.
would get mad as hell because the box would always look pregnant after you dug all the
Yep.
the toy out of it,
Yep.
But and for a long time it was in the cereal itself, and you'd fish your hand, your dirty ass kid hands, been out touching dog shit and everything else in the yard, and run that down the cereal box to dig out the submarine that you put a little baking soda in, so it goes in there like that in the tub. I have one of those still, by the way. I never get in the tub, but if I did, I'd get my sub out. But yeah, then they finally started getting smart and putting them on the
Plastic?
bottom of the box,
Oh.
or not in the cereal
Yeah.
itself. Somebody probably said, "Hey, when they put their hand in fish in there, that's a problem."
We're giving each other like E. coli.
Yeah, and if Mom said we had to eat it to get to the bottom, me and my brother we'd be done in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd just kill the cereal. We'd be serial killers. You know what I mean?
I want paper concert tickets again, or like cardboard, whatever. The old school,
Yeah.
without
They
having
don't
to
issue
pay-
those anymore.
Well, no, they want you to pay extra for like a commemorative one, or there are some where you can get a paper one, usually like just at the rep or something like that.
Oh, okay. I
But
didn't know
everything else now is digital downloads.
Wow, I guess I should have thought about that. Yeah,
I
no,
want
those
paper
tickets,
concert tickets.
they were mementos.
Yeah.
At one point, we had a flood in my home, and I lost like all my childhood. I lost all my annuals. I lost a lot of my scrapbook stuff that I had as a kid.
That shit breaks my heart.
Now people are like,
Yeah, I've been there.
what is that? It's all digital. Yeah, I know.
love
It's
it.
not. It wasn't
No,
then. It was all
scrapbooks.
analog then.
Black and
okay?
white.
Yes.
But tickets, I had a whole photograph album basically of
Yeah.
ticket stubs from all the concerts I've been
Yes.
to, like my entire youth.
Oh, yeah.
I did
That would make
100
me
of them.
sick to lose
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
It did.
I still have every movie ticket stub from when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I'm one of those. But I
Yeah.
also have a bunch of my concert tickets too and all that. Like
Yeah.
the first time I ever had my name on a Ticketmaster ticket, I have that.
Oh, yeah, that's
You
dope.
need that as a tattoo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a good tattoo.
Well, I'm actually this spot on my arm right here. I'm saving this for
your
whenever I play
Grammy?
my first arena show.
Oh.
And whatever arena is my first arena show,
That goes right there.
gonna go right there.
Butt plug arena.
It's wild.
That's where we're going. What is that? That's Deadpool.
It is your emotional support butt plug.
Yeah, no, everybody needs
Everybody
a crocheted
needs
butt
one.
plug, don't they?
Everybody
of
needs
yarn.
the
That's
support.
top notch.
Top notch?
Is it machine washable? That's
have
the
no
question
idea.
that I have for you. It better be.
Put it in the dishwasher.
They probably should have made it a different color, honestly, but nonetheless, it
They,
worked.
well, there were some other colors. I just thought you would like
No,
the red
red
one
is
better.
perfect. No,
Yeah.
that's a good color for me. I do like red.
I've got a pastel one if you really want it.
No, I don't. I'm not. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. So,
Easter color's nice.
huh?
Easter color's nice.
Well, you could have an
That's
Easter
so
butt
true.
plug.
You
Yeah,
could
no,
hide
that's-
that one.
that would work.
You could hide that
So-
egg somewhere.
This is not good news.
Zombie drug.
Yeah, a tranquilizer commonly referred to as zombie drug is being manufactured and smuggled across the border. The drug is xylazine. It's known as trank in street lingo. It's used as tranquilizer by veterinarians. Oh, we're back to the vet again.
We're back to drinks.
In the 2010s, it made its way to the streets, but it was almost exclusively being stolen from vets and was prevalent on the East Coast. Now, it's being manufactured and coming from abroad, and you know what they're doing with it? They're putting it together with fentanyl.
Of course they are.
Yeah. The
course
study
they are.
showed it's being mixed into fentanyl in Tijuana, specifically is present in San Diego, Southern California more broadly. They call it zombie. The arrival of xylazine fentanyl to North America, to North American overdose has been highly notable. Xylazine has been identified as an emerging threat by the governments of several countries, not just here.
Is that some folks on zombie?
Well,
or
yeah,
Trank or whatever it is right there?
It leaves users in a zombie-like
Like
state.
zombies.
It constricts blood vessels, cuts off oxygen flow to the body, causes
Fabulous.
abscesses that rot the flesh.
Oh, good.
It's also uniquely dangerous because it doesn't respond to naloxone, which is
Oh.
used to counteract opioids. And so when it's
So
detected,
you can't Narcan somebody
you
on
can't
zombie.
Narcan. No, you cannot. It's almost exclusively used with fentanyl to augment it, almost never by itself. In fact, more than 98% of xylazine detections are with fentanyl. So that's not good. I mean, why would you want to be even more fentanyl than you were on fentanyl? I mean, how sleepy do you want to get?
Even
You trying
in-
to be Rip Van Winkle here?
Even in the depths of my addiction, I never wanted to be a zombie. Like, I never wanted to be that checked the F out. Like,
You know, there's two kinds of addicts: those who want to get up and those who want to get down.
well, I mean, I liked them both. You know, I did not discriminate.
Oh,
like, just
okay.
change- right,
You were-
change-
you
yeah.
were,
I
you
like
went both
Oh
ways.
yeah, all the time. You know, I didn't know what speedballs were until after I got sober. But you know, it's like how we like to spend a Tuesday. But
That was
like,
just Tuesday. We
you know,
didn't call it speedballs. We
yeah,
called it Tuesday.
We called it
yeah.
Tuesday, but I distinctly remember, you know, getting effed up and being like, I don't want to go so far this way that I have.
I can't function.
Yeah, that I don't have my faculties about me. Because I mean, believe it or not, I was a cute little girl back in the day, and you know, I didn't
Trying
want
to get down. Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to.
Get
wanna lose
you
your
know,
teeth?
nighttime.
Yeah,
Nighttime.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. You
Yeah.
didn't want to get Cosby'd by yourself.
Nah.
No, I understand. Yeah, no, I you know, when that was in my younger days, I never wanted to take anything that'd make me sleepy because I could sleep whenever I wanted.
Thank you.
And so I was like, I just want to kick it. I want to party.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You never tried Xanax, apparently.
Oh,
That-
yes.
That stuff works real good. You just take it and then you take a nap.
Yeah, no, that's
Or
that's,
you
that's
just
what'll happen.
Eat handfuls of it along with a lot
But,
of methamphetamine
not everybody-
and Bacardi.
But you know, you have to
you're,
understand.
"Let's go."
Everybody's physiology is
Exactly.
different because, you know, if I take a Xanax, as you said, I'm going to bed, Jody. That's what,
Immediately.
no,
20
within
minutes.
30 minutes, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
That's my night.
gonna be great.
see
2
you
o'clock in the
tomorrow.
afternoon, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
But there's somebody I know who, if they take it, they'll clean all day long.
Yes.
It's like it's the opposite for them.
Yep.
I'm like, how can that even be that way for you? But it is.
Yeah. Same thing with opiates. Like, I mean, anytime I've had to take pain medication, number one, I hate pain medication, cannot stand opiates.
No,
But it would do me kind of like steroids would. I'd be hyped up, I'd want to clean, I'd want to do stuff like that. But then there's folks that will, you know, pop a hydro and, you know,
That's
they're
me.
out.
Oh, that sounds so good.
I mean, I'm different.
This sounds
Take
so
a
good.
nap. I haven't had
Going
one of
to
those in
sleep.
years.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. That's
Yeah.
that was never my speed at
Never.
all.
I might try some Trank, like if it's like on Old School when he
Jody,
shoots
do you
him.
need a hug?
No, listen. In Old School, when he shoots the guy in the neck and he's like, "Oh, you're crazy."
Oh
Like,
yeah, you crazy.
I might try that
You
once.
wanna do
but
that?
I don't want to mix it with fentanyl. Like I'm good.
No, I
Wasn't
didn't.
it old school where there was like, you my boy Blue?
Yeah, you my boy Blue. You know, the old guy that dies in the mud wrestling. Yeah.
That's a way to go.
What did he say? Ring
That's
the
how
be-
Brandon wants to
Ring
go.
the bell, bitch.
Just saying, you don't have to mix everything. Like just take one at a
Why you
time.
gotta put fentanyl on everything? Like, stop.
I'll tell you what, though, talking about Xanax, the one thing I would tell anybody because again, not me, but I have seen people affected, is if you the only thing I've ever seen that you put with booze and it absolutely goes to the 10 is
Ambien?
Xanax.
Oh, Xanax.
Now, you drink with Xanax, you are gonna black out.
Yep.
End of story.
100.
You are blacking out.
100.
It's gonna be bad. You're
Yep.
gonna do things that
Yep.
it's the only combination of things I've seen where, sometimes people say they got drunk. I don't remember anything I did. Bullshit. Bullshit. There may be a couple moments you don't
Yeah,
remember.
those are
But you
brownouts.
remember, okay?
Yeah. You
but
will
if
100% black out
If you
on
use
the
Xanax and booze, you will not. You may not remember.
I used to call it the flux capacitor because I'd wake up a day later and be like, "What happened?"
That's a pretty great name, Jody. That's a pretty great name. I'll be honest with you. The flux capacitor. I like that. No, I like that a lot.
We're going. We don't need roads.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Doc. Listen, I want to bring up Botanical Alchemy Nutraceuticals. I combined two words. They're a veteran-owned CBD company, and they tailor sublingual CBD recipes to your specific needs. So if you got pain issues, you got anxiety, you got stress, or even weight loss, don't turn to fentanyl. Don't turn to don't turn to crack. Get CBD, okay? It's safe. There's no euphoria to it. And what the great thing about this is sublingual means a drop under your tongue. Your body absorbs 80% of that. That gummy, 20% is what you're getting, all right? Plus you get a pharmaceutical level consistency and quality with this. Look, go over to BANTX.com. It's BANTX.com. And put in the promo code PATP25 and get 25% off your first order. We've had Jerry in a couple times now. Always super informative. He's one of the owners of the company, and they take a lot of pride in making good products for you guys. So check them out. It's BANTX.com. Are you fighting that arm over there?
He is.
A little
You want
bit.
me to just tear it off
He
there for
is.
you? Just get
So,
rid of it?
Arm wrestle.
I've tried the Slim that they have.
Oh, yeah.
And that's been fantastic because, as most of y'all know, I enjoy the regular stuff, the stuff that grows on the earth. But
Yeah.
I toss a little bit with that, and I'm not going next door to get a
caffeine drink or whatever?
pretzel or sugary drink.
Yeah, that's right. You
whatever.
said Slim. That's
yeah,
right.
I do the Slim. Well, and I'm gonna get on there and get.
So it's a munchie beater.
It is, and it doesn't feel bad or weird or anything because I've done some sublinguals where I'm like, cheese and rice, bro. Like,
It's potent.
when's that minute up? And then it's been the only thing that my dogs have actually been receptive to.
Oh, you used it with your
He,
pet?
no, he gave me some for the 4 paws.
Oh.
The CBD 4 paws.
I forgot they had that
yes.
because sometimes you have anxious dogs.
Yeah. And I've got
Luke's
is
fighting
killing
down
it.
here. He's fighting everything right now.
He's like my Great Dane. But she's got.
You
bad
know he's out
joints
of
at 8 years
balance
old.
'cause of
He
his
is.
hair.
It is.
Yeah.
He
It's
the
is,
hair.
y'all.
Straight up,
Look
yeah.
at
I
Luke,
got it
y'all.
all
Look at, get
chopped
up here
off,
on
yeah.
Luke. Yeah, look
What's
at all
that? What's
this.
that
He's
with
like
the
a
business
completely
hair?
different
By the way,
person.
I love it.
Yeah, he had to go into Sony.
You know
or
what's-
something. Is it
I'll-
for the Grammys?
No, I'll tell you what it is exactly. So what would happen was, y'all remember my hair was down to about here.
Somebody
Yeah.
put some gum in it.
No, not even. I would get my hair caught between my shoulder and my pillow at night, and I would go to move my head,
Yep.
and I'd wind up yanking and I got
Yeah.
tired of it.
You know what's?
It hurts.
I know this sounds so weird to say, but what's cool is that you can actually be a rocker now and not have long hair, and it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, and that's facts because in the 80s, if you were a rocker, you were either bald or you have long hair. There's no in between.
Yeah.
That's it. Big hair.
I don't want to do the bald thing. I lost a bet once and had to go bald. I don't want to do it again.
wanna do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
That's why I'm bald. I lost a
Yeah.
bet. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it was for a good cause. It was something with
Yeah.
cancer or puppies.
Yeah.
Just sea lions.
There's no good cause.
Addicted sea lions.
Jesus
Zombie
did it
addicted
to
sea
me.
lions.
All right, let's take a quick break and do a song here. We'll be back in a second.
Turned on the radio today. Cut it off after 2 songs play. Whatever happened to rock and roll? Everything is sad and it blows. Huey was singing now about the heart. ZZ Top jammed about cars. AC/DC shook us all night long. Why are all the good times gone? I just wanna get in my damn car and bump up the speakers without hearing all these songs about depression, dope, and tweakers. Days riding with my friends, singing every song to the end. What the hell are they doing now? Sitting together in a car and crying. Sometimes my buddies ask me, how come you don't listen to new stuff? I don't know, but maybe it's because I'm not a damn cream puff. I just wanna get in my damn car and bump up the speakers without hearing all these songs about depression, dope, and tweakers. While all these folks are sad and wailing, I'm sticking with Def Leppard, GNR, and Van Halen. Oh yeah. It always feels like a good jam session, and I don't end up with a bag of depression. Wanna get in my damn car and bump up the speakers without hearing all these songs about depression, dope, and tweakers.
We rocking up in here on Wednesday, baby. That's what we doing. That's what's going on.
Partying for that 100th episode, man.
Yeah, that's
Good
right. It is
time.
the 100th episode of Patrick and the People, which I am still shocked by. I may remain shocked the rest of the day. So, guys, I think this is important. Rich made a confession out here in the green room, and said, no, we got to bring this back inside because, you know, we were talking earlier about the nostalgic things and one of your all-time favorite places. And Rich, what did you say?
I said I used to work at a Blockbuster.
Yo, there you go, dude.
I was part of the whole leadership team or whatever. So like I had to come up with like things to promote new movies coming out. So do you remember when the movie Terminal came out?
Yeah.
With Tom Hanks and all that? Yeah. So like we made the Blockbuster store look like an airport terminal, you know, like
That's sick.
you know, like new arrivals and departures. But you know, the other benefit of that was that we got to, when new movies came out, before we put them out on the shelves as employees, we got to take them home and watch them.
Yeah, no, that's
And
sick.
so
though,
like
dude.
I'd kind of run a little game and be like, hey, what new movie do you want before it comes out? You know, throw me like $5. I'll let you hold on to it for a couple days.
Yeah,
See it
dude.
before it comes out. Yeah.
That's the way to do it, man.
absolutely.
That's awesome.
You were
I was a hustler, man. I was
you
working
were-
on the
you were-
side.
You were side hustling on the
Yeah,
movies.
absolutely.
You
The
were-
other thing I used to like to do was hide inside the drop box.
Oh, yeah.
And when people would drop off their movies, I'd be like, "Yum, thank you for feeding me," and scare the shit out of them. It was great.
Dude sticking his hand out of the box.
Right. You go and open up that little lid.
Dude,
and
I'm
all of a
gonna
sudden-
I'm gonna grab your hand and pull hard. Just drag your head
right into the window.
My
Yeah.
favorites from the cartoons where it's like,
Yeah.
bam.
Yeah, no, those are the best. All those old cartoons were the shit
Bring
because
those back.
everybody was beating the hell out of everybody.
What
Well,
in the
they were too
world?
violent. You know, that's what they said. But you know, the crazy thing about
Yeah, 'cause
that is, as violent as they were, we never did that stuff to
No.
each other. You know what I mean?
It's like you knew that you weren't going to hang in the air
look,
and then fall.
Let me tell you what this is. If you just stop and think about it, if you're old enough, you'll know what I'm talking about. But when Elmer Fudd and either whether it was Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck, somebody would put their finger in the end of the barrel and then it would blow on his face, and you know it just turned black and all. Nobody ever tried that shit as kids. We never did that.
No,
because-
straight up.
No, my dad would have been worse than me shooting myself in the face. You know. But now they don't want it because it's too violent. You know. But I'm like, yeah, nobody's doing that.
Yeah.
But I love it. Did you like the old cartoons at all?
Oh, I loved them, dude.
Which
Yeah.
ones did you like?
So, of course, Looney Tunes was always one of mine. Now, I was always a big Ed, Edd and Eddy, Dexter's Laboratory,
Okay.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Now, Courage did freak me out at times a little bit as a kid. Yeah, but it was still cool, though. You know what I mean?
So what
Now,
was the cartoon you would not miss?
Oh, SpongeBob for sure. I love
SpongeBob.
I
Okay.
still watch SpongeBob as a grown
SpongeBob's
dude.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Sandy Squirrel.
I remember Animaniacs.
Animaniacs, that was your
that
big
was,
one?
That was the big one.
Oh,
That's the
wow.
one you were going to make sure you saw.
Oh yeah, had to watch that.
Yeah, you had to
Pinky and
see
the Brain, man.
Pinky and the Brain. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Take over the world.
Right.
Yes.
Now, I was also like a Drake and Josh and Ned's Declassified.
Oh,
and all that
right,
stuff,
right,
too,
right,
and
right.
all that. Though they were like on Nickelodeon. and all
Yeah.
that.
What about you, Amanda?
I
What
think
was
I was
your...
doing drugs by that time. I mean, I love everything that's been mentioned. I mean, honestly, as far as one that I wouldn't miss, I don't know. I mean, I was big on He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
That was my youngest
Thundercats,
brother.
G.I. Joe,
He
all
had,
that stuff.
God love him, man.
Remember Captain
Yeah.
Planet?
I do remember
Yeah,
Captain
Captain
Planet, yeah.
Now, let me throw you
That was
further
so
back.
awful.
Do you remember Captain Caveman?
Yes. Yes, I remember Captain
You don't
Caveman.
remember? He ran around with hot chicks.
Yes, he did.
He was a
Everybody
hairy
knows.
beast.
I don't think I've heard of that dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, look
gosh,
that up.
Captain
That's
Caveman.
crazy.
Yeah, no, Captain Caveman
My
was great.
my do not miss was Scooby Doo.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was live then. It was not the reruns. It
Yeah.
was the new. They were
Yes.
new.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I've been on here lately. I just finished all of Yellowstone, and now I'm going back and watching all the prequels, like 1893, 1883 and 1923. Like
Yeah.
anything Taylor Sheridan's been doing, like Landman's been killing
Dude,
it.
Landman is
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
I
I
love
just
that
started
show.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you. Let me tell you what's weird and gets weirder.
What episode are you?
Mountain Monsters.
No, you said you just started Landman. I was
No,
like,
no.
what?
Oh, episode 1.
Oh, okay.
I
So
literally.
right at the top.
I just
I
started
thought
it.
maybe you've been
No, when I
a
said
little
I
bit.
just
You know
started,
what's going on?
He's like
I mean, I
5
just
minutes into
started.
the first
It's
episode.
on TV
Yeah.
right
He
now.
turned it on, the credits rolled, and he's like, all right, that's
No. So I've been watching White Lotus, and it's
People
a
are
real,
loving Piper.
it's real trippy, And so the first 2 seasons have been amazing. I'm on the 3rd season, which is still great. But if you watch the show, there's a plot line in it that is so out there that I mean we just skip past that part every time. We're like, nope. It involves brothers. That's what I'm going to tell you. It involves brothers. You think about it for yourself and think what would be icky about that. And I'm just like, no, I'm not. I don't know. Why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
I don't want to see
like,
that.
Like blood
But it-
brothers?
Yeah.
Like biologically
Yeah,
related?
yeah. They were on like Molly or something. I don't know what happened, but it was
Don't
like
blame
Laura and I
Molly.
went, nope,
that was.
We
good.
don't
No.
blame Molly.
nope. She said, don't blame
Don't
Molly.
blame
Brandon.
Molly.
Never blame Molly Ringwald.
Brandon said his favorite
Samesies.
cartoon was Celebrity Deathmatch.
Oh, that's
That was
good.
a great one.
Oh, that was MTV, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
Those
Robot
were
Chicken.
great. Oh, Robot Chicken's hilarious.
Family Guy.
You know, Robot Chicken,
Robot
that's
Chicken's
Seth
the best.
Green.
I know.
Yep.
I love Robot Chicken. That was probably Thank you for mentioning those because
Yeah, those are
were
great
fantastic.
ones. Those
Yeah.
are great. Did you ever see the cartoon movie Heavy Metal?
Hell yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I was so stoked about that, seeing boobs.
Oh man.
I was like, this is the best thing ever right here, man.
Damn good movie.
Oh no, I bet me and my brother watched that 1 billion times when my parents weren't home. We'd
I
pick
bet
the
you it's
cable
on,
box
yeah.
and get, it'd roll every once in a while, but you just get that toothpick and move it the right way, and man, you can watch Heavy Metal, man. And the damn Sammy Hagar, that's where I started liking him.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was from that, But that had a great soundtrack. Just a crazy movie though for the time.
Yeah.
You know.
I haven't had as many run-ins with like the TV people in Nashville, but the one that I have bumped into was Jeff Ross.
Oh really?
Oh, wow.
And he was with J.J. Abrams of all people when I ran into him.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold
Now,
on, Jeff Ross and that's a banner moment.
What
Yeah.
a motley crew.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
no, that is
Like, seriously.
not the most attractive there.
No.
What's funny was they were literally, I was walking down to Lower Broad. Disturbed was playing Bridgestone, so I was just walking around Broadway before I went to see Disturbed. This was like a Saturday at like 3 in the afternoon, and I'm walking down, and J.J. Abrams and Jeff Ross are walking by me. I just went, wait, what? And so, like, I didn't even say anything.
You didn't even say anything.
Yeah.
It happened so fast. You're
Yeah.
just like, hold on, man. That was.
Yeah.
That's wild.
See, I'd have run Jeff
And no
Ross
one,
down.
no one recognized them. That was the craziest thing.
Right.
Like, they were just walking in the crowd, and it
so
was no big deal.
Sometimes I guess Jeff is recognizable, of course, but sometimes, man, it's they don't have that star attractiveness that some do.
Yeah.
You know, because you're going to see Megan Fox coming for a while.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to see Chris Hemsworth coming for a while. You know, but Jeff Ross, you might not see him till he's right up on you and go, oh, you're Jeff Ross, right?
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, but
like
that's
David
still wild. Yeah, David Tell. There's another. Yeah, no. Most comedians, as a matter of fact, unless it's maybe Kevin Hart, you might not see him if anybody's in front of him.
Yeah.
You know, but
We're behind him or next
yeah,
to him.
what's the
If
best?
the wind blows.
What's the best comedy show you've ever been to in person? Would you say?
You know, I actually, I think technically the only comedy show I've been to is yours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I actually, funny enough, like, so now I'll
That's
tell you,
right.
I'll tell you the coolest, like some of the coolest comedians who I've met.
Yeah.
And I might have told the story already, but when I was hanging out with Five Finger last August,
Hold on.
some of the,
I love how he so casually drops.
Let me just
these
pause that. Yeah, when he was, hold on here.
things. Like when he was talking about Chad. Just Chad.
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Okay, so you're hanging out with you're hanging with Five Finger.
Yeah, so it's me, Five Finger, the Slaughter to Prevail guys, Jelly Roll's drummer, and then some of the Kill Tony people come in.
Yeah.
So it's Fiona McCulley from Kill Tony
Oh,
and her
wow.
boyfriend. And they were the coolest people on the planet. Fiona's hilarious.
Yeah.
So she was super, super chill.
I bet that's cool. That was cool, man. That's a
Yeah.
cool moment there. Yeah, that's the. What about you, Amanda? Your favorite comedy show you've been to?
I mean, I've seen Cat and I've seen Dave,
that's a great one.
Dave Chappelle. So
Both great.
Yeah.
I've not seen Cat in person. I want to really bad, and so that is a goal this year.
It's fantastic. I mean, my only complaint was, obviously there's, you think there's only a certain number of comedians that come before him, and then it's like double
sometimes
that.
they'll run them out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And by the time, we got to Cat, it was kind of like, we were in some pretty high up seats, and the gummies worn off, and I'm
Right.
ready, I'm like,
I'm
but I
tired.
mean, thank God it was Cat, because I was pulled right back in. I was
Yeah.
good, and I mean, Dave Chappelle's
He's Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, no, he definitely was one of the best ones I've
yeah.
been to. Not because I thought the comedy was just unbelievable in that moment, but it was Dave Chappelle.
It was Dave Chappelle,
He-
exactly.
He was pretty
I agree with that.
drunk.
Have y'all heard of a
so-
comedian? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No.
I've seen Dane Cook live.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, how was
Where?
he?
Wow.
Verizon or whatever, back in the day, probably 2009.
Oh, I bet that was
2010.
fire.
It was really good, and I always forget about that. It was really, really good, and we ended up with a lot better seats than we initially had,
Yeah,
because
for real.
it was a little light in the space or whatever,
Yeah.
but it was hilarious, and he was, walking
the
around
round.
the whole, doing his
Yeah.
little thing or whatever, and that was really, really good.
Yeah, that's one of his
Sorry.
greatest sets he's ever
It was
done.
so good.
Yeah, without a doubt. What about you, Rich?
Best comedy show I've ever been to in person?
Yeah, as far as stand-up comedians and whatnot.
I guess I'd have to say the what was it, the weed one over at the
Oh,
Lunatic.
you like that one?
I mean
that they did, yeah.
that's been the only comedy show that I've been to.
You guys
in
don't
person.
get out, do you?
Well,
You just don't get out
you know,
that much.
Wow.
Yeah, I understand.
There's a lot that goes into getting out, man.
No,
I gotta find
know,
a sitter,
I've
and
been there. I forget. My
Leave
kids
them
are
by
grown.
themselves. They're fine.
They take care of
They're
themselves
fine.
most of the time.
just leave them with a book of matches and a can of gasoline. You'll be
Hey,
okay.
nobody said that. Control
Here's a
phone
bag of
number,
glass
right?
fragments. Go play with this.
Right.
Here's some zombie. Have some
So
fun.
now let me ask: when you go to shows, particularly music shows, do you sit where you're supposed to, or do you try to get down closer?
I sit where I'm supposed to.
For me, it depends.
All right, what does it depend on?
So I'm a claustrophobic dude, hardcore. So if I'm
So I'm not taking you to the caves.
yeah,
No,
no, straight
I'm
up,
never
no,
going to
no, I'll
caves.
freak out. Yeah.
No, I'll kill myself trying to get out of that hole
Yeah.
No, so it all
instead
depends.
of trying to get in. Oh,
Oh man, if I'm in the pit, I'm gonna be in the back of the pit
Yeah.
over by front of house.
Yeah.
oh yeah, you're
For-
not
for-
going to be smashed up in the
Yeah,
moshing.
I'm
Yeah, and it's for
I'm
two
not
different
good.
reasons. One is just the hanging out and you're getting the best mix, but also too, if you don't have credentials to a show and you're hanging out at front of house, you wind up bumping into people and networking, and then that's how you get backstage.
Right,
You don't
right,
have
right, right,
credentials,
right.
and so-
Exactly.
but also too, there's something that I'll do sometimes where I'll I'll take my passes with me, even if it's a show that I don't have passes to.
Right.
And if you just got them on you and you just walk like you're supposed to be, they'll just let you back.
That is exactly correct.
Yep.
That is exactly
Yep.
right.
100.
That is exactly
The
right.
more you got, more plastic you got
No,
bouncing
that's-
around,
yeah.
they're like, that guy's
I-
official,
I-
we're
I
good."
learned
And
that.
the black shirt.
Oh,
yeah.
straight up.
No, I learned that working for the Edge.
Oh, yeah.
Because the first 7 years I was there, I was voluntary. I wasn't an employee, so technically I was not ever supposed to be backstage.
Yeah.
But I was always
Oh,
backstage.
straight up.
You know what I mean? Because I would have the right things on me. All my credentials that I ganked over the time. You
Yeah.
know, and
That's why I love lanyards.
yeah, no, that's
Yep.
true.
They're
Give me
trying to
a lanyard.
outsmart people a little bit now, though. So, like, when I went to Five Finger, when I walked backstage, they have this table set up that basically looks like TSA before you get back there.
Real.
Because Kale gave us all credentials and all that, so we
Yeah.
were just able to walk through.
Mm-hmm.
But on the piece of paper, without putting what was on the piece of paper, it was basically pictures of what certain passes looked like.
Mm.
Yeah.
And based on what the pass looked like, that granted you a certain
X,
level.
Y,
Of
yeah.
access.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, we had, like, the friends and family ones. We were just able to go wherever, you know?
Right.
But, yeah, they, like, go through and, like, they're getting smarter with it, and they'll change them, like, every show now.
I'd heard that they are doing things like that.
Yeah.
But I was saying the other day when we went to WrestleMania, I had to tell my kids, I was like, listen, this is how it works. All right, we're gonna stay here for a second.
Yeah.
But I said, see that guy down there? He's gonna turn his head at some point, talk to somebody else. You're gonna need to follow because I'm gonna get up and we're gonna walk like we know what the hell we're doing, straight down to the floor. And
Yep.
we're going to walk right past him. We're not going to make any eye contact. If anybody does, I'll do it. Just keep walking.
Yep.
And that's exactly what we did. And we went, I bet we spent an hour at WrestleMania on the floor right by the cage.
Oh, I believe it.
We weren't sitting, we were standing, but still, now I've tried many times to get seats, if you can get them down lower, but sometimes that'll get you in a fight.
Yeah.
Somebody comes for their seat and you don't want to give it up. They may scrap for it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
No, straight up.
But yeah, you can get down on the floor if you're just if you act like you've been there before.
Yeah.
But if you look like you're sheepish and worried, you're never gonna make it.
Well, the good news too with me, like I have enough of the look. Just
Yeah,
doing
no,
the
you
music
got that
stuff,
look,
and
yeah.
then like if I have the pass on me too, they're just like, yeah.
Yeah, no,
So-
I
yeah.
did the opposite. I started on the floor and moved.
And you went up
a
to
few
the
seats. I was like, this view is.
On that,
I can't
yeah.
see anything. I'm going up.
It's too loud.
We were at the Tulsa Theater to see Jerry Cantrell.
Oh,
wow.
I just saw him last year. So good.
Such an amazing show, and we had like second row.
Wow.
But before the I won't even call it pit because it's not a fucking pit, but
Fellow Gibson homie.
yeah. But we're sitting there for a few minutes, and it's like, let's scoot on back. Because you couldn't see. Everybody was standing, couldn't
Right.
see.
Right.
couldn't really- people are bumping. People need to walk and all that. So we went and snagged some open seats in the very back of the theater. We're able to put our feet up.
Yeah.
It was tits.
I was a seat filler for both WWE and AEW when they came here.
Oh, really? That's
You
cool.
can make good with
I didn't
that.
even know they had those.
Oh yeah.
Why do they have seat fillers for what? The front area if it doesn't sell?
Well, so yeah, basically what your job is like if because they have the
they
hard
make
cam
backstage
side that's on the
passes
ring
for
and you
us.
can see the audience behind
Right.
you, right? And so if somebody gets up from their seat to make it always on TV look like it's full,
Right.
they'll take a seat filler and move you to that seat
That's a job to
until that
have.
person
Oh, that's a
either
good
returns
gig.
or you keep their seat if they don't come back.
That's a good gig right
Yeah.
there. Did you
Good
keep
gig.
seats very often?
I moved around a little bit, but that's where finally I was like, once I moved, because you have like a home row that you stay
Yeah.
at, and then they come and grab you and tell you, and I was in that home row for like an hour, and I was like,
Well-
forget this, I'm moving up.
The best way to see a show, if you can afford it, and most of us cannot.
VIP box.
Yeah, it's the skybox.
Yeah.
Is the
Yup.
skybox.
Yeah. I
You got
love
your own
the skybox,
bathroom.
man. Yeah, you got a bathroom. You
Yeah.
got your own balcony. You got a little party area.
Yup.
And you got
TV.
great views.
I'll tell you what I want to do, man. My buddy Eric, he plays bass for a band called Tantric, and they did Creek Cruise last year. And, no, I don't even.
This little band called Tantric.
I don't even mean it like that.
God, he never makes it like that.
But no, he played Creed Cruise last year, and they're playing it again
Creed
this
Cruise.
year. And so, like, it's literally a cruise ship with, like, a couple, like, big-ass stages on there.
Yeah.
And it's literally just them rocking out on a boat in the middle of the ocean.
That's
Come in one day and be like,
wonder
I was
about
having a
these
Big Mac with the
Yeah.
president a couple days ago. You
Yeah.
know, it was cool.
yeah. I was hanging out with my friend DJT.
Yeah, we jammed a little bit.
That's gross.
Yeah.
But I love these cruises where there's like the Metallica cruise and there's the 80s rock cruise. Or
Yeah, no,
whatever.
it's-
like Cinderella.
It's once you that's for the senior status rockers. They go to the cruises, you know.
Oh, I would do it in a heartbeat, though. I've never been on a cruise, but I'll tell you the biggest reason I do it, about the 24/7 pizza. That's what I want.
24/7 pizza.
That would do it for me.
Make
No,
sure
man.
you get a boat that's got
It's-
Guy Fieri.
that's it.
Oh, this is what you
Guy
and Chad were
Fieri's
talking
burger,
about
yeah.
last
Man,
time.
that his.
Best burger I've ever had in my life.
I stayed. Once we found that,
It's
we
the
didn't
only
eat
place.
anywhere else on that
I said,
cruise
screw
ship.
it, I'm done. No, more
Keep your
bacon,
fancy-
please.
Yeah, keep your fancy steak.
No, I don't need any of that. Just that, I've literally talked to Laura about taking a cruise just so
Just
I
to
can
have
have
that.
Guy Fieri's again.
Yeah. See,
I don't care
it was
about seeing
good.
Mexico
hell
anymore.
no, who
I've been
cares?
to Grand Cayman. I've
Yep.
been to Jamaica.
Yep.
I'm not even getting off the ship. I just want to eat Guy Fieri's nonstop and get fat as hell before I get back.
Nice save.
You see, y'all are big burger people.
You saw that. You saw that purse right there.
The way y'all are burger people, I'm that way with like chicken sandwiches. And I'll tell you, whenever y'all come to Nashville, there's a spot that I'm going to take y'all to.
Yeah.
It's on 8th and Demumbrian. It's right over by Gibson headquarters and all that. It's
Okay.
called Nash House.
Oh.
It is the best
Let's go.
chicken sandwich. on
Yeah,
the
I'm down
planet.
with the chicken,
Let's
little yard
go.
bird.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good. And there's another spot too in East Nashville called
J
Joyland.
Vega.
And it's
Joyland.
Yeah. Oh, and their chicken sandwich.
there's
That's a
somebody-
different planet.
Somebody on YouTube, Jay Vegas, says they're here because of Little Doggy. So
Yeah.
what's up, Jay Vega?
Oh, what's
Welcome
up,
to the
man?
show.
Well, welcome, and thanks to Mike, little doggy, for spreading the word for us.
Yeah.
We really do appreciate that, man.
Mike,
Thank you
when
so
are you
much.
going to come get those pallets?
And what up, Clapper?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're over
Clap
on Clapper
on.
still.
Clap up.
No clap off.
No?
Yeah.
No, we're just clapping.
Yeah.
It's Clapper. It's like, if you don't know about Clapper yet, it's
Don't get clapped.
it's a like a TikTok alternative. It's, as a matter of fact, if you go there, it's just like TikTok. It sprung up when TikTok was allegedly going to go away, and it's pretty cool.
But I will tell you, after like it's uncensored. That's what they get.
Yes,
It's more
it is
like
a
focused on
live
building a
video.
community and yeah, after like 10,
Live
11
video.
o'clock at night, you might catch the clap from it. So
Well,
Careful.
I mean, if you like that kind of thing, you don't have to stay there that late.
no, I was just very like I
I
was.
don't know what you're doing on an app to get the clap.
Well, I was checking it out because they were like, hey, check out this new app. We want to put
Yeah.
start putting some of the videos on there, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, and checking out the lives, and all of a sudden, like it's just one after another of donate this many diamonds and I'll do this on the camera. And I was like,
okay. That's interesting. Little Doggy also says that he does, he foil stamp backstage passes. He does 3 versions for the same show sometimes. So, I mean,
Yeah.
You know,
hey, bro.
I hadn't seen Mike in a minute, man. I think it's been since I played the state fair. I saw him that morning because we did some stuff at the other place.
Yeah.
But I think it's been since then.
Well, he went to Tibet to study for a while. He was trying to learn more about Hinduism and Buddhism, and so no, I'm just kidding. Little
about
dog.
to say.
No, he definitely wasn't. He
I
definitely
was
wasn't.
about to say.
No, he definitely wasn't. I will say that Brad said I had about every He-Man figure there was: Snake Mountain, Castle Grayskull. Yeah, that my youngest brother, that was his jam, and he had all that stuff. And me and my middle brother were really bad, and we'd whenever he left, we'd go in and change all his He-Man figures around to where they were having sex.
Yeah.
Gang banging She-Ra and things like that. It's terrible. I'm sorry. I apologize to my brother for doing that dumb shit, but that's what we do.
Apologize to She-Ra.
Yeah, really, I should apologize to She-Ra. She did not.
Or whoever
I don't
was
know if
second,
she
third,
said it was
fourth, fifth
okay
in
or
that
not.
line, you know?
Yeah. No, the Battle Cat was number 5.
Well, apologize to Battle Cat.
Battle Cat waited his turn. He's like, I got this. Y'all go ahead. I got this. Oh,
So
no,
bad.
it's terrible,
You're
man. That's
horrible.
horrible. I am a horrible person, man. I
On
really am.
Walkabout.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. All right. Anyway, so Amanda, what's been happening at the break room? You said you had your biggest Tuesday ever.
I did. I love that everybody's coming out. Spring break is this week for school district, Little Rock School District, I think Saline County School District, and maybe the Catholics. I don't know. But we're doing extended hours for your spring break needs, whether it's the students, the teachers, or the parents, because y'all know y'all are already sick of them effers in your house. We will take your teenager as young as 13, and then this summer we're going to launch a 12 and under experience. It'll be different.
Interesting.
Yeah, it'll be different. Obviously, we
Right.
want to make sure everybody's safe, and I'm not getting in any trouble. But
Sure.
we're doing some research with a local nonprofit and a smash room in Oklahoma, of all places.
Really?
That they have a 12 and under program. So we working closely with them to see what we can do here.
That's very cool.
I'm
That's very-
excited.
You good?
I'm
Yeah.
good in my pot, man.
No, I
love
just
it.
didn't
New
make
bottle
sure.
is
Did you
popping,
need,
you
need
know.
some new? No,
Yeah.
I'm just messing with
Well,
you.
and this is the last week of our 10% off.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Oh.
we.
You want
March
10%
is still
off
running.
at the break room.
March is still happening. This is like the longest effing month
So how many?
so far.
What how many folks would you say came in on a Tuesday? I mean, what's
Before I would get maybe one booking or like a walk-in, but we had 4 bookings, one of which was a big room, and then we had some folks come by, a couple stop-ins, some folks
Wow.
called
That was a
for
big day.
scheduling. Yeah, it was really great. There's nobody's currently scheduled today, but I mean, I'm sure we can change it.
You said break room is Benton, right?
Brian?
Brian.
Yeah, on Reynolds Road there.
Yeah, exit 123. We're in between Abbey Road and Fizz.
Yeah, so between getting your weed and your munchie, you
Yeah.
can get your break on.
100.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. So that's super cool, though, that you're, working cooperatively with other ones and doing all kinds of things.
Well, out of state ones.
Yeah, but that's
no
cool,
one's
though.
here ain't that receptive, but
I
whatever.
still think that's interesting,
Yeah.
man. What's happening in the wrestling world, man?
Oh man, we got a lot going on. Staying busy. We're right now everything is. I'm really focused on Vapors and getting us set up with our new venue. So
Yes.
we're we're
Moving
still.
to a more permanent, hopefully a more permanent
It's
location.
sounding like we're gonna at least have a tryout, and we'll see what goes from there.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the final.
Yeah, we're not
approval,
saying
but-
anything till we know.
Yeah, because it seems like, man, like every time I get like, okay, we're gonna do this. This is where it's gonna be, and then they're like, oh, you need a $8 million insurance
Right,
policy
right,
or something.
right,
But
yeah.
we're looking at the Boys and Girls Club in Benton.
Oh, okay. You're gonna
So-
you put it out there. Well, there it is.
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
you know,
that's-
and
we're
that is
waiting
a
on it.
primo
It is.
location
They're
for
gonna.
what you're doing.
What it sounds like they're gonna do is give us a shot in May. For our event May 3rd.
Yeah.
If it goes well, then we can talk about having more events.
Yeah, coming to the SC is a great plan for VCW. I'm very excited.
I'm excited. Hopefully
Yeah.
it all plays out well. So.
Now, so yesterday, Rich and I were doing some work digitally, working on the show, doing different things. And we've both been using Grok, which is the AI from Elon Musk. It's like ChatGPT, but it's probably a little more robust in ways because you can really ask it to do different things. And so we were asking it about things, and Rich had put in, what was it? You had done your show first, right?
Well, no. So I done my announcing reel.
Yeah, that's
like
what it
I
was, your
send out to
announcing reel.
people
Yeah.
to get a booking for.
So he asked AI to go through his reel and give him feedback on how to make it better, right? And so I said, well, do our show. See what it says, And let me tell you something, man. It was great, man. Let's see. What were some of the things it said that I needed to be on less tangents?
Yeah.
Less tangents.
Less tangent. Stop hogging the spotlight.
Hogging the spotlight
Yeah.
for my co-host. Yeah. And that I ramble on too much. And I was like, man, that is amazing.
It said
It's
that-
all true.
Yeah.
Every bit of it.
It said that I need to.
No,
No, not at all.
I don't
said-
think so.
It wanted me to start leaning more on my wrestling background, and when
Yeah.
Patrick does his segments being like the main event, or
Yeah, like he's gonna wrestle announce the rant.
Yeah.
Do comments through it. Oh, that was a slam.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
It said, here actually I'm scrolling to it. I was pulling it back up. Hang on, let me see what
Okay,
it said.
that's
So, because it came up with a viral video concept for us.
oh yeah.
And so it says the title of it is Angry Patrick versus the Wackadoo All Stars.
Oh, the Wackadoo All Stars
Yeah,
even.
and
Yeah,
it says
love
that we
this
should
shit.
open it up in mid rant.
I guess.
Yeah, we should open it up in mid rant.
Oh, mid-rant.
Why?
and then I should boom one fall for this fool over a story.
Yeah.
Laura, if she was on the show, should
Yeah.
roast you by saying he's dumber than Patrick's socks.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, whatever story it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda should lean in more to her break room and say something like, "I'd smash his boat."
See,
in
this
my
is the
rage."
worst advice you could ever get.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In this case, it's the worst. I'm not saying in all cases, but in this case, that's absolutely the opposite advice I would give any of the people, because, Rich, even though you are the owner of VCW and wrestling is centric to you, you're a hell of a lot more interesting than just wrestling.
Well, yeah, and it just doesn't make sense.
It's
Like,
hokey as hell.
it said Amanda's
It's
cool and
corny.
calm. It said Amanda's cool and calm demeanor.
Yeah, your cool and calm demeanor. You see, it read the room really well for you, didn't it?
Sorry, how many episodes did you?
Yeah, I put in I literally went to the
Was I in
YouTube
any of
playlist.
them?
Yeah, yep. It said final thoughts. Patrick and the people thrives on Patrick's charisma and a colorful co-host crew. Rich's voice, Laura's wit, Amanda's cool, Chad's quirky, Bundy's chill, Marla's potential. But it's held back by loose structure, underused co-hosts, and no live engagement.
That's all true. Yeah, not at all.
Not
at all.
No.
Marla,
no.
get your shit together.
Marla's got potential.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Oh my God.
Isn't it wild,
Do you
man?
need a workshop? Oh my God, we're here
Yeah,
for you.
we're gonna spend a whole episode working on her potential.
Now, on the flip side, when
We'll
it
do
did
like
look
a
over
Born
my
Development
announcing
type
reel,
thing. We'll
like,
bring in an outside consultant or whatever.
Yeah.
to do
Right.
SWOT analysis.
The fact that
for
we got
us.
computers writing diss tracks about us now.
Oh my God, that's big deal Holyfield right there. We're
That's
gonna,
great
We're
shit,
gonna hang
man.
out in Nashville for a weekend for some team building.
Yeah,
You know, we'll
Yeah.
help Marla with her potential.
yeah, we'll help bring her to potential. So you said it was what on your reel though?
I was just saying. I mean, it was the flip side of it, because
Yeah.
when I put in my reel for the announcing, like
It did give some
gave
good-
me some great tips.
It was very specific,
Yeah.
and that's why I was excited. I was like, those are pretty good tips there. And so I
Right.
said, we'll do our show and let's see. And when
I
it
think
spit
maybe I
that
need
out,
to
I
train
went,
it a little more.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe I need to put more episodes in there.
No, but don't. Yeah, please don't start going one fall.
Yeah,
No, don't do that.
Jesus, yeah, might
It's the main event, the 100th episode.
That's right. That's right. Maybe I should just have you announce every episode as we come in.
There we go. In the
Yeah.
beginning, like I
Yeah.
could be like, "Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, like-
making their way to the mic." Like,
You know what, actually,
She's in
that
her.
just gave me an idea.
What?
So for context for people at home, I won't spoil all of what I'm about to say, but I've been calling Patrick for months, telling him that it would be hilarious for him to do like
Yeah.
in-person prank type stuff.
Yeah.
I've thrown several different concept at him. I'll let him do that.
Oh, I'm so excited.
But Rich doing that just now gave me an idea. You need to, like, every time you go somewhere in public, bring Rich with
with
you.
me.
And before you walk in, and just do that and just act like it's totally normal.
hailing
Yeah.
from Saline County.
Yeah.
Yeah, right at Walmart at the
Right.
front door, the greeters are like, what is that?
He just got pizza rolls out of the frozen section.
But, like, anytime you go to have legitimately any human interaction with anybody, Rich announces you, but not just before the beginning of every interaction, but before every sentence.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
No, he's running commentary.
Yeah, there you go.
Just ask for a refund.
Like, you've got to do that now, dude.
Of course, he wants his receipt. bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And still,
And still.
Walmart shopper.
Yeah.
No, that is.
Champion
That actually is a funny.
That
Let's
is
do that
insane.
video.
I love
Let's
that.
do
Alright,
that.
let's do it.
We'll go a couple, 3 places, where we know people.
Yes, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
You got to go somewhere you don't know. That's what's going to make
No.
it
We'll
funny.
definitely go somewhere we don't know people.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
then
we'll go
maybe
a
like
couple
have
places. we do.
Brandon come along and he's got like the camera or whatever and he's just bebopping along and they're like, what is going on?
Right.
This whole situation right
Yeah,
here.
that'd
we
be
have
great.
Latasha in there.
Yeah,
go down to
just have
Stone's
everybody.
Throw.
Cheerleader.
We could go to like Stone's Throw or something. You know, I could order you.
Yeah.
Patrick's about to order a beer.
No, here's
Well,
what
see,
you
if they're in new, but none of the people inside knew, that would be fun.
Oh yeah.
No, you got to go
Yes,
somewhere where
Brandon.
nobody knows. You got to go to like the promenade, like the bougie part.
Oh yeah, that would be the way to do it.
Just
Yeah,
like, you know
you're
what I
right.
mean? you know,
Let's
like
go over to the most posh store over there.
Oh my God.
Here he is, looking for lingerie.
Hit the Lululemon store or Old. I don't know. What are these
Just
places?
yank the door up.
Yeah.
Lululemon, get ready.
Banana Brundle.
Your champion,
no, you're just walking.
yoga pant buyer.
You're just walking into like
Gotta
the
kick
dang
it.
big orange over in the Chanel promenade. You're just like, you know what I'm saying?
Coming for you.
Coming to table 3.
Y'all have to do that now.
Oh, we're definitely doing that. We're definitely doing that. That's a great one.
I am so here for this. I want to be there.
Yeah, no, that's banner.
God.
Right
But
there.
you have to go somewhere where you don't like.
All
you
right,
gotta- you, like,
I'll do it. I will do it.
Absolutely
We're
can't.
do it one time.
no
Yes,
SC.
Little
We
Rock.
gotta go
Yeah.
somewhere we're
All
not.
West
No.
Maybe Chanel Country Club.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
yeah.
Oh,
Right.
dude. We should do it on a golf course.
Yeah.
Oh, on the golf.
No,
Yes.
and then what you do too? Do the fucking blowhorn. I mean, excuse me. No, the do the blowhorn on the golf course.
Oh,
The Aztec death whistle.
oh, the death whistle right in someone's back.
Like to this day, like Johnny
Yes,
Knoxville
Tasha.
with like the blowhorn and all
Right.
that. The bushes is still one of my
Still
favorites.
Jackass.
Oh, dude, what's this? Somebody puts the.
No, that's
Oh
great,
my
man.
God.
That's
Tasha
fun.
Lining
has
up
the
for his
outlets.
Yeah.
The outlets, 100.
Oh yeah, the outlets would
Hobby
be. There's a
Lobby.
lot of.
There's
things
so
in
many
there.
places
Hobby
we could
Lobby.
go.
Oh,
Oh,
that's all Karens. That'd be awesome.
No, walk into Bed Bath and Beyond and do it, dude.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
We gotta do it and see how many places, how quick it takes us to get kicked out of places.
Y'all,
Yeah,
yes,
no, it's-
everybody
nobody's-
send your
well, they probably would.
suggestions.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, send your suggestions.
Where should we go do that?
A
We're
wrestling
gonna do it.
play-by-play of your
We're
golf
gonna do
game
it,
over
yeah.
loudspeaker. Absolutely, little doggy.
No, I think this is great.
This is golden. I'm here for
Yeah,
this.
could we hijack the putt and you comment?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Oh,
Putt.
Putt-putt
Yeah.
or
no, here's
golf
what you
top?
do.
Top golf. Yeah.
Here's what you do. Another one that would be good. Go to Fitz Auto and get some salesman that doesn't know like what's happening. And act like you're going to buy a car. And, like
Do a
Rich
test
is
drive.
announcing.
Man, listen,
Yeah.
my picture's up in there. They all know.
Right next to the president of Pope.
Yeah, I'm like the VP over there. Okay, I mean they all know me.
Is it velvet?
There's no one that's gonna not know me there.
Is it a velvet portrait?
Little
Yeah,
doggy
it
says a
is.
wrestling play-by-play of your golf game over loudspeaker.
No, that would be great. Over loudspeakers
Yeah.
and at
Oh,
full
okay.
volume.
Yeah.
So that's what you do. You hide in the bushes at the golf course, and you give the play-by-plays of random people playing. And they don't know.
Stepping up to hit
Making his way to the tee.
with an iron.
But you'll have to do it you'll have to do it in like the bougiest part of town where people are so
Yeah,
far.
no,
up
you're
their own
right.
ass,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what
that'll
I'm
be the
saying?
best.
Where they don't even relate or understand what's
Yeah.
happening. They're all frightened like it's going to
Yeah.
go down or something.
I'll
Yeah,
throw the
no.
suit on for a little doggy.
Yeah, no, you got to wear the
He
suit.
says, rich in a suit.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. All right, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back,
Good idea.
okay? Yeah, we're going to do something here.
That's awesome.
Let's do that.
Another night alone in bed with you right there beside me. Replaying hateful words you said, dark fruit from your rotten tree. I feel sickness spreading inside. Disease dignity in my veins. Diagnosis, I'm undignified. I'm drinking it like dirty champagne. I'm scaling the top of the highest peak just to be a sacrificial goat. You want me to take the poison you speak, but I can't be your antidote. My system is down from toxicity. Immunity gone, what's the answer? At least everyone thinks you're pretty, while my emotions have become There's no doctor on call, and no one's looking for a cure. There's nothing arresting my downfall. It's just another trapdoor. I'm scaling the top of the highest peak, just to be a sacrificial goat. You want me to take the poison you speak, but I can't be your antidote. I can't be your antidote. I can't be your antidote. Your antidote. Yo, I just can't be your fucking antidote.
I just blew the. That guy was cussing. I'm sorry.
That always gets me for some reason.
That's AI.
Do what now?
That sound gets me for some reason.
I know, man. I don't know why it's
Blame
funny. It is.
ChatGPT for that.
Blame
Or
Chat
Grok or
GPT.
whatever.
Grok, whoever. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right, let's do this segment. We always have to do this for sure. If
It's the main event of the show. Yeah,
there you go. Go ahead and announce it. Coming to the
Stop. Stop.
Man, this dude singing right now, I never could get into his stuff.
This guy's trash.
Yeah, no, straight up, yeah.
Listen up now, I'll tell you a story. Without a doubt, it's kinda gory. It's the worst news you could ever hear. Things just like this make you fear. Buying lunch on a dumb guy's knee, or a big hard fuck drowning some money. Why you laughing? Why you laughing? This shit ain't funny. What? This shit ain't funny.
It might be funny. What's
Remember when I put this clip into the AI thing, and I was like, I don't think that's the lyrics of the song.
Oh, yeah.
AI picked up on it and thought you were singing something about effing someone and then drowning.
Yeah, no, it did not understand it for some reason.
Frying bologna on a guy's knee.
Yeah, no,
Bologna.
yeah,
Oh,
that's,
yeah, AI reads lyrics crazy.
man, it does, doesn't it? So check this out. By the way, anybody here ride a motorcycle? Is that anything you do?
I have once.
I don't even know how to ride a bicycle.
I mean,
No.
oh my God, I don't
Yeah,
either.
no, straight
Yay,
up.
look at us now.
Hold on.
I've been on the back of a motorcycle a couple times.
You neither of you know how to ride a bicycle?
Bro,
I also
we've
can't
gone
swim,
over this.
snap, or whistle.
We can fix some of that.
Okay.
I
Whistle
lived,
might be genetic. All
I
right.
lived in downtown Little Rock in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, there was Willow Springs.
No, you can't. No, I'm no.
swim?
I know how to
Oh,
swim.
you can
I said
swim.
I
You
don't,
just
I
can't
don't know how
bicycle.
to. Yeah.
Well, everybody, all the crackheads ride bicycles downtown.
I wasn't a crackhead at that time.
Oh, that was later. Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now she just runs over him.
Yeah, right. She just runs over. Is that?
run over the
That's why you
bicycles.
ran over the bicycle.
All right.
He should have stayed at his Kim Free.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, you know, hey, he has not tried to find me to make amends to me yet, so I don't know what kind of program this guy's working.
Right, he did
She's just
run
like,
right
we're
into
doing
it.
the
Look
break
at the
room
table
mobile.
group.
Yeah, did you hear the story where somebody ran?
Yeah, I
that's
watched,
great.
yeah.
A
I was
motorcyclist.
scared this morning.
Oh.
What's up, buddy?
What's up,
What's up, man?
I was so scared
Is
this
Bundy
morning,
showing
like
up?
rolling down Chester. I was like, just looking.
A motorcyclist found dead after vanishing into a massive sinkhole in South Korea. The sinkhole, about 65 feet wide, 65 feet deep, opened up at an intersection in the Myeongdong neighborhood. I love how they put dong on there. This is Monday afternoon. Swallowed the victim, injured a woman whose van was passing over. The motorcyclist, a man in his 30s, was found dead right before noon on Tuesday. He was wearing a helmet, for what it's worth, but he fell 65. Look, there's the sinkhole right there. Can you see that?
Dang.
I bet they
Yeah.
had that shit fixed by morning.
It was in South Korea, probably so. Yeah,
That
they-
shit
That
was
looks like
fixed by
I-40 in
morning.
Nashville, right?
Bro.
yeah, that's crazy though. You're
just
just
on the way to Hot
no.
Springs.
Look, here you are. You probably, who knows? Maybe he just got his new motorcycle. He's got his real nice
all
helmet with
excited.
his music on.
Isn't
he's
it
rolling,
ironic?
And then he just. Whoop. Thanks, Alanis. Appreciate that. Don't you think?
That's where I was going. He's like,
I know exactly where you were headed.
I'm so lucky.
That's hilarious, though.
He was probably going to meet somebody.
No, he probably was
love
trying
of
to
his
do
life.
anything at all. Yeah. All right.
Breathe.
Here's another one. This was crazy. I watched the video of this, but there's a stuntman. His act went really wrong in California. Chachi Valencia.
Already.
His stage name is Rocket Man Valencia. He was performing his death-defying human cannonball act at the old Riverside County Fair. So you know if you're doing the human cannonball at the Riverside County Fair, there is a chance something's going to go wrong.
Yeah.
And sure enough, they shoot him out of the cannon, and a strong wind hit and blew him off course.
Oh, no.
And so, they had a big net set for him to land up in. He hit the side of the net, flipped up higher, and just hit the ground out cold, bro. Out. Lights out, baby. He said right before the shot, yeah, mostly. Right before the shot, I think the wind moved. It started a crosswind. That's what happened. The wind caught me and threw me off to one side. He seemed laying motionless on the ground as employees rushed to call emergency responders. He said, I don't remember anything until I was in an ambulance on the way to the hospital. So what did he get? Broken wrist, broken ribs, a lacerated liver, a few other bumps, bruises, things like that.
Well, he's lucky.
You would say again?
I'd be getting a check.
You'd be getting a check, yeah.
From the wind?
Well, I think he's getting shot out of a cannon. I'm not sure who's covering that one. If you can find a policy to cover that, let me know. I want to know.
I don't think the wind carries insurance. Like, it's just.
Yeah, I need some wind insurance. I'm being shot out of a cannon today. No, not
I just see some State Farm agent talking to the sky, being like, "Hey there, man."
It's Jake. He's got Jake on the phone. Yeah, it's Jake. Yeah, I need some human
up
cannon
there.
Yeah,
insurance.
that's like Flo.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to call Flo. Yeah.
They're barely insuring Arkansas houses now. Like, there's
Man,
nowhere you're getting.
There is. Listen,
Man.
that's so interesting you say that, and I don't mean to go on a serious sidetrack, but man, the insurance companies, homeowners particularly, are getting real picky about roofs.
Oh, and insurance in general is just turning into the biggest scam now.
Well, it's been a scam.
It's been a scam, but it's worse.
I mean, listen, if I don't have an accident all year, could I get my premium back?
Right? Nope.
Well, no, like get this. So,
Effed all the way
so
up.
last year, actually, it was a year and 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I was in a pretty gnarly wreck in Nashville in my truck. And keep in mind, I've never even had I've had one speeding ticket my whole life, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, and so I get in this wreck,
Wow.
and they literally
nice.
dropped me from my insurance on one wreck.
Oh, did they? They dropped you on a
Yeah,
wreck?
they literally dropped me off one wreck.
Wow.
Did you have like a reckless driving charge on it?
No,
or anything?
no. It was one of those that like me and the person that I got in the wreck with actually became friends and like
Oh, that's
waited for the
awesome.
cop to show up. And so the cop's like, "No, y'all are both being cool. Like it's no one's fault really. Like it just happened."
Just happened.
Yeah,
and
no
so-
fault, and you still got dropped.
Yeah, I still got
No,
dropped,
it's
yeah.
it is, but it's terrible. You know,
like Dave Grohl or something that you hit.
No.
yeah, Dave Grohl. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I ran into Dave Grohl.
Well,
literally.
it's actually funny you say it's part of how I met Chad. Actually, funny story. It wasn't Chad. It was one of his friends.
The resident rock
It was
star.
somebody-
Yeah, no.
somebody else.
I tell you what I'm going
From
to do.
Mudvayne.
I'm getting ready to go through every episode we have and call every sidebar that he's
Every
done.
name drop.
Yeah, when I was hanging out with Chad, when I was hanging out with Corey Taylor. Yeah, I'm going to have them all in a row there.
No.
Just a super cut of you
We're not
hanging
even
out with
trying to
other
be like
people.
that. We know you're not trying to be like that.
No, we know
That's
that,
what it
obviously.
is.
That's why it's funny.
It's just his life, you know? God bless, man.
So, no, it's a dope-ass life. I live
really is.
vicariously
We all do.
all the time.
We all do. We
Yeah.
all do.
No, he'd call me and I'm like, yeah, no, keep talking. Keep talking, man. No, and my hands are up. So that, anyway, I sidebar. It's crazy right now with insurance, man. They go out of their way to find ways not to pay you. You know, it's
No,
like
straight
health
up, that's the
insurance.
truth.
You used to have normal deductibles. Now, the health insurance plan I have, you have to spend $1,000 before you even get the coverage. And I'm like, man, you dicks.
But no, and,
Yeah.
and get this too, when the whole wreck
I'm already
thing
paying.
happened-
Anyway.
Well, no, like the wrecker came and got my truck, and like you know how they do it, where you have to call insurance, or you have to call the wrecker and give them the verbal release for insurance to come get your truck. Well, the wrecker that held my truck just so happened to forget to write down that I gave them verbal release. So they hold on to my truck for an extra week.
Charge you for it?
Well, they tried to, and then they tried sending me a letter in the mail being like, we're going to sell your truck if you don't come. I'm like, I'm like, no, y'all are not.
Hey, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
You gonna find yourself without a building.
Well, no, we got on the phone real quick, and yeah, my insurance came and got it the next day.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Well, right now in Arkansas, you were talking about insurance.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a roof that's over 10 years old,
They'll jump.
they want, sometimes they're turning people down on
They are.
coverage. You're out there trying to sell a house, and they look at the roof and they go, yeah, you're gonna have to put a new roof on it
Yep.
if you want homeowners.
Yep.
And you're like, wait a minute, the roof is fine. There's
There's no leaks.
It's 11
leaking
years old.
anywhere, yeah.
It's architectural shingles,
Right.
asshole. They last
Right.
25 years.
Right.
Yeah, no,
Gotta replace it,
no,
gotta
you're
replace
gonna need a
it.
new one.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So who in the
They're
roofing
doing all
industry
that.
got to you?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all a
They're doing
racket,
all
man.
that.
It's all tied together.
Yeah, and let a windstorm come through or whatever, and the next thing you know, they're using satellite imagery and drones and all this stuff. And if you were in like the line, then it's like, oh, hey, you got to get your,
Yeah.
or your insurance goes up, or you got to replace it, or we're gonna drop you.
Well,
or
you
whatever
saw how
it is.
everyone got dropped from fire coverage in California before
Oh,
the
yeah.
wildfires hit.
Yeah, well,
Have you noticed the land
look,
grab coming?
if I were, I wouldn't even be an insurance company in California. I'm like, if you live there, good luck. We don't cover it. There's too much stuff happening there. All right, look,
Cover California, Florida, or Texas.
talking about truck issues, we'll wrap up on this today. So, way back in the day, I was probably, I don't know, in my young 30s or whatever, but I had bought a Dodge Ram pickup truck.
That's what I got.
Yeah, it was a quad cab. It was the very first year, 99, that they came out with the diesel truck looking fronts, and everybody was going nuts for it. Well, I bought it a couple years after that. It was used, but it was like had 20,000 miles on it, right? So, I'd had it for a couple years, and I had to file bankruptcy. Went through a divorce. It was not a good time. It happens sometimes. So, but the type of bankruptcy I did, you can exclude your home and your vehicle, right? So I sent all my stuff in to exclude that. So, I didn't get a payment book, and so I started asking my finance company, hey, can you send me a new payment book? And they'd say, yeah. And it'd never come. And they were charging me every time I'd call a fee to call in and make the payment. And I'm like, man, listen, if you don't send me a damn payment book, I'm not going to pay this fee anymore. Let me talk to a supervisor. This is the 4th month. So they come on the phone and they're like, yeah, we don't send payment books out for bankruptcy. And I'm like, oh, hold on a second. No. I said, I excluded my truck from the bankruptcy. And they said, no, the paperwork came in a day late. So it's in bankruptcy. I said, oh. And then it dawned on me. I said, oh. So what you're telling me is I don't have to make this payment.
Yeah.
Is that right? I don't even need to make this.
Right.
Well, sir, I'm not saying that. Well,
No, that's exactly
it
what you're
sounds
saying.
like exactly what you're saying to me. That
I'm off the
if
hook.
it's included in the bankruptcy, what's the difference? Why am I
Right.
making payments to you? Why haven't you told me this before? Because you're just taking my money, right? So I said, okay, well, why don't you come get it then?
Yeah.
Bro, they would call me every week. Every week I'd get a call. Yeah, Mr. Beam, we need to make a payment. And it would progressively, I got worse and worse. I'd be like, why don't you suck it? What? I'm sorry, what? Suck on it long and hard. That's what I Did you understand this time? Here, I cleared it out. I cleaned it out when you told me the last time. It's in the driveway. Do you want me to leave the keys in the ashtray? What do you want me to do here? I'll leave it there for you. This went on for 6 months. 6 months. 6 months of them calling me and me not paying and getting progressively just more jerky about it, because it
Like
was
I was
fun,
just jerky.
And so finally, the truck had a little issue with it, and I was like, I hadn't thought about it. I wonder if I could trade it in, and so.
Put your thinking cap on.
So I called them.
Thinking
I called them because look, it's been 6 months and you haven't come and gotten it yet. So that means you don't want to spend the money, right?
Right.
Otherwise, you'd be hooking this truck, right? So I called him and I said, listen, I know where I'm at here, and I just wonder as it's in the bankruptcy, could I just pay cash and buy it out since it's in the bankruptcy? And they were like, well, you'd have to make an offer to us. And I said, okay. So I went down to the dealership, and I said, how much would you give me on trade for this truck? And it had 80,000 miles on it. It was a loaded up truck, 4 doors. And they said, we'll give you $12,000 for it right now. And I said, okay, give me a minute. I went out to the parking lot, and I called them, and I said, I'm going to send this over to you. I sent them a thing over and offered them $5 for it. They took it.
No.
I got 12 on the trade. Drove off in another car. Boom!
Hell yeah.
7 months, no payments, baby. It was awesome, man.
It's an entrepreneurial spirit.
Amazing.
That's the best racket I ever pulled in my life right there. And it was so much fun. Every time they'd call, I would answer. You never
Hell
want
yeah,
to
you
answer.
did.
I did.
Hell yeah,
I was like,
you
no,
did.
hold on, everybody.
I got this.
Yeah, what's up?
Let me put this on speaker.
Here, how about this? Hell no. No.
That's hilarious.
What's up, Bundy? How
What's
you doing,
up,
man?
man?
What's been going on with you today?
Man, just working. Just wanted to pop in and say what's up for the 100th episode.
100 episodes, baby.
yeah, that's
Celebrate
cool.
that.
That's cool.
Hell yeah, we did. We made it somehow to 100 episodes.
Yeah.
No,
not
unfortunately, no donuts. I wish we did.
I
but
brought no party favors.
no, that's all right, man. Listen, come Monday, there's no donuts in my life. His wife's about to go full military on me.
Oh,
Yeah. No, his wife's taking on my case. Of,
Man, she was getting all of her
Jamie.
stuff ready last night.
Yeah,
You're
no,
in trouble.
I am in trouble. So yeah, I told her, I said, I'm letting you. Yeah, you're taking my life over. So you control my diet, you control my activity. Just tell me what to do. I'm going to do it, and because I can't beat the last 25, 30 pounds I need to beat. You know, and worse than that, I'm in the loop of cycle now. So now you lose the weight, you get comfortable, you get happy. And all of a sudden, I started sneaking donuts back in. And you know what started happening? My waist started looking like a donut again. And I was like, shit, I can't do this. I got to stop the bleeding now.
Yeah, donuts go hard, though. I miss Dale's Donuts when I'm in
Oh,
Nashville.
my God, man.
Yeah.
I'll shoot someone in the face for a Dell's donut
Dude,
right
they're
now.
the best, dude. They're
Chocolate
the best.
covered, I might, I'll take you right out.
Let's all give Patrick some grace next week. He might
be
angry Patrick.
Angrier Patrick. Yeah, that's who's going to show up. Big thanks to Rich Rockwell for being here today and being awesome. Big thanks to Jodie from Po Boys Podcast. Go check his podcast out, please. He's got a good one over there. Big thanks to our resident rock star, Luke Shoemaker.
Thanks,
here from Nashville, popping in. Huge thanks to Bundy and Amanda from the break room. Big 100th episode. Hey, like it, share it. Listen, we're very close on YouTube, trying to get everybody over there. Either go to Clapper or YouTube and like us, follow us, and help us out, would you? And that's it for today, man. You guys are awesome. We'll see you next time.
See you later.